I definitely in no way could not find OBS on my taskbar just then to like turn the sound on. 100%, definitely not.
I honestly can't tell if you're being facetious or not.
I'm very tired.
Oh, it is amazing how quickly the sound that toy made stopped being a thing that I registered.
That's because it doesn't make sound.
No, when you first turned it on, I was like, what is that noise? Which is why I turned to look, and now I'm like, right, there's the thing.
It's okay. It'll turn off in like 15 minutes.
Does that one also turn itself back on if she comes over and bats at it?
No.
Kisa, you're allowed up here too, you know.
No,
there you are.
Yeah, until you screw up and then I chuck you across a room. Which has happened literally every time we've tried to either record or stream on this couch as she gets removed. She doesn't know how to behave.
She just doesn't know how to behave when the internet's present. I'm sure she behaves the majority of the time.
Certainly a theory.
Kitten. You're still technically a kitten, aren't you, Kisa? No, if you lay down on my headphones, I'm gonna have to move you in a little bit.
She doesn't care. That sounds like a you problem. More than a her problem. I was telling Willow before we turned stream on, I spent most of the day like jailbreaking 2 separate 3DSs and then didn't get around to doing the third one. It's shocking how easy it is to jailbreak a 3DS.
Oh.
And she's been removed. That's what you get for antagonizing her. Yeah, like you literally just go to the thing and one of them I did through the sound player app thing in the 3DS.
What? How?
You just upload a sound file that corrupts the thing and then it boots into a different loader that you can then install custom firmware from. And then you can do whatever the fuck you want as soon as you have custom firmware on there. And the other one, you didn't even have to do that. You just went to a website and pressed a button. I was like, alright, congratulations, you're done.
Wow, both of those are laughably easy by comparison. Especially by comparison to the process of, like, jailbreaking a Switch, which also isn't, like, the crazy hardest thing in the universe to do. I've done it twice now, but...
The Wii was pretty easy, too. You just kind of went to a website and it sent you a message and you opened it and bam, you're done.
But yeah, for the Switch, you need to, like, block off certain sections of the system and then put code on a USB, or not a USB, sorry, not SSD, SD card.
An HDMI.
And then boot into those things, and it's a process.
So suffice to say, after spending all this time getting my 3DSs tacked, I now have basically access to every single 3DS game ever made, and every DS game ever made, every piece of DSware, every piece of DSiWare, every piece of you can even grab a bunch of like ROM hacks straight out of the launcher, which is really interesting.
That is different. Of course, I never fully explored what I could do with my Switch when my Switch was jailbroken, because I didn't want to end up accidentally doing something that would lock me out of system updates or anything like that. Hi.
The problem with like And that's why I waited until, like, the tools that I was using for it have been available for, like, a long time. But now that they, like, closed down the eShop and are just, like, officially not supporting the 3DS anymore, I'm like, alright, well, if you're gonna take down every legal way to acquire 3DS software, then I'm just going to have all of it whenever I want forever. Including any, like, DLC that was released for anything. You just go grab all of that for free, and, you know, so.
I'm surprised that the chat on YouTube's so quiet. I'm sure it's because Bio is still sending memes.
Oh, no, nobody said hi yet. You haven't done your first thing.
Oh, you're right.
Obviously, nobody
let me
knows the
fix
chat is working. That's your fault, blatantly.
First. They were just waiting. It is tradition.
Also, Gil has been busy moving all weekend, so. It's everything. Over to there. Okay, sweet. No, that's my rendered videos folder. I am very disorganized today.
It's okay. Genuinely, in Grand Willow tradition, I did my taxes today. They're due tomorrow.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's okay. I apparently forgot to set my alarm, and then, like, woke up almost 2 hours later than I expected to.
Did you need an alarm for something today?
I always try to get up around the same time. It helps with, like,
Circadian rhythm and
yeah,
getting this one into a routine.
whatever. Her routine is whatever I say it is. She has no autonomy.
Ouch! You hear that, kitten?
Let's maximize that. And I feel like I missed something. Oops, double.
Let's see. Bio says I woke up about 3 hours before I usually do. Spent a couple hours doing lawn work and have since been helping fix brake lines.
Yeah, I did lawn work today too.
I would have, but I don't have a lawnmower. That's it's getting delivered Wednesday. I hope they don't need me there to sign for it, because I will be at work.
Oh, naming these is harder than you'd think. Hey, now that you've gotten the point across to Linhart, maybe you could stop to get something to eat before we go back to the infirmary? It's only a cold, Byleth. I know that you're worried for her, but there's no reason for you to skip out on eating like this. I'm fine, JPEG. Like I've been telling you, I'll get something to eat once she's better. The fuck was that? Almost looked like the wind laser from that magic sword Annie could make. Huh. I wasn't sure if she'd even know how to do that still. Not me either, to be honest, but why would she have used it in the first place? Several minutes earlier. I'd better hurry up, or I'm not going to make it in time to help Flame with her... Ah, Annette. Good day to you. I see you remain as sprightly and sweet as a nearly bloomed flower. Bye, Lawrence. My, that hardly seems like the appropriate response to give to a fellow noble such as myself. What has you in such a mood that you would let your decorum slip to such a level? Because talking to you just reminds me of my first day at the School of Sorcery, when this purple jerk of a noble made fun of me for just being there. Oh, they did what? What was it that happened, Annette? You must tell me at once. On my first day, I decided to wander around a bit on my own because of how excited I was to be there. I'd always heard so many stories about the school from my mom, so it didn't feel real to me that I'd actually managed to get in. But then, I ended up running into this really stuck-up noble who immediately started talking down to me, saying things like, what is this scullery maid doing here? And we simply cannot abide a commoner child to wander these hallowed halls. Something must be done about this at once. I tried to explain to him that he had the wrong idea, but he just said, why should I pay any heed to the words of a lost child who does not know her station? And then he dragged me to the office right after. If it hadn't been for my uncle being there at the time to explain the situation to the higher-ups, I would have ended up getting thrown out of the school. Why, that's just horrible. What manner of cur would dare to do such a thing as that? Anyone who would could scarcely call themselves a noble. Yeah, Lawrence, why would somebody do that? Wait, surely you can't be implying that. I'm not implying anything. I'm saying that you were the jerk who made fun of me and tried to get me thrown out back then. All the hard work I'd put into earning my enrollment there was almost for nothing because of you. You must be mistaken, Annette. I would never do something that uncouth to a fellow noble such as yourself. Besides, I don't recall meeting you at all during my short time spent in the School of Sorcery. Why, the only person I have any recollection of from that time was a lost commoner child who had orange hair. Oh, so it was you who was that lost scullery maid I encountered all those years ago. Yes, I'm still the person you still haven't apologized to for that. Oh, come now, Annette. 'Twas so long ago that there is simply no reason for it. What's past is past, so why apologize for it now? I don't know, because murder is on the way, Lawrence. A man does not know what he is fucking with.
No.
But not as hard as putting up with Lawrence's bullshit. You're right. It was stupid of me to expect you to apologize for it. Quite right. After all, if one were to waste their time apologizing for all their past mistakes, then they'd not have the time in the present for things that actually matter. Yeah, you of all people would know all about that. At least you would if you had any self-awareness. After all, you can hardly blame me for making such a mistake. One could easily be excused for thinking you were not of noble blood like myself because of your manner of dress. And what exactly is that supposed to mean? It is as I said, because of the way you choose to present yourself to others with your choice in clothing, most simply would not know that you are of noble heritage without being told. So, in a sense, you have no one to blame but yourself for that misunderstanding all those years ago. Annette? For what reason have you suddenly gone quiet like this? Nothing. Just contemplating whether or not it's worth bothering the professor over this. Professor? Was that not what one of those mercenaries that Shez had recently recruited to our side has been calling herself? For what reason would you want to involve a commoner such as her in a talk between us nobles? Don't talk about her like that. Ever. And it just felt like the kind of thing she'd want to know about for some reason. Was that all? I had assumed your thoughts were consumed by something of actual importance, seeing as how you had the look of a pigeon that had just been struck in the face by wind magic. A pigeon? You thought I looked like a pigeon that was hit by wind magic. Yes, a most humorous comparison, if I do say so. Feel free to compliment me on my comedic genius as much as you'd like. Fine then. I'll tell you what I thought of your joke. Annette, why have you suddenly readied a sword? And where did it come from to begin with? I know for certain it was not in your possession a moment ago. If that's what I really looked like to you just now, then how about we see how you look after being hit by some real wind magic, Lawrence? I feel as though you may be overreacting to my earlier jest a tad, Annette. Surely you wouldn't actually do something so childish in retaliation, yes? Just think of the ill reputation it would instill upon House Dominic if it were to get out that you attempted to injure a count from the Leicester Alliance over something so petty. Oh, don't throw him of energy. Oh, but who would know I even belong to House Dominic? After all, according to a certain purple jerk, I don't look anything like a noble. Oh, did I say that? Surely you must be mistaking me for someone like Yuri. After all, I would never... Someone help! Annette has suddenly lost her mind and has begun to attack me for no reason. Was that Lawrence that was screaming just now? Sounds pretty serious over there. Maybe it would be a good idea to go intervene? I have more important things to do. And besides, Lawrence probably deserved it anyways. Knowing him, I guess you're probably not wrong, yeah.
I'd say poor Lawrence, but
No poor Lawrence.
yeah.
Lawrence Hellman Gloucester deserves everything he gets. Much like Ferdinand von Deadman. Jerk refused to join the class. Just because we slightly took him to an alternate dimension. Meeting your heroes rarely ever goes as planned. Maybe I'm really not cut out for this after all. Even in the rare times that people do need my help, I just end up getting in the way more often than not. Maybe it'd be for the best if I were to just resign as a... With Pop? What the hell? That is the last time I agree to help Flame with her magic practice. I don't care how useful it could be if she figures out Warp. It is not worth it. Annette, what are you doing here? And how are you here? I don't want to talk about it. What about you? It almost looks like your eyes are kind of red. Is everything alright, Ignatz? Oh, don't worry about that. I wouldn't want to bother anyone with my own troubles. Ignatz, even if you don't say what's wrong, someone like Shez is just gonna find out and try to help you anyways. That's just how things go around here, so why don't you just tell me what's on your mind? I've been wondering recently about if I'm really cut out to be a knight or not. Oh, what? But you help us out all the time, Ignatz. Why would you think you're not a good knight? Sure, I help out with chores and the like, but so does everyone else, except Lawrence. When it comes to anything else, I don't have anything I really excel in. The only thing I'm good at is painting, and I could never be as good a knight as someone like your father is just by painting. Ignatz, since you seem to look up to him, would you like to hear a story about my dad? A story about Sir Gustav? But I'd be honored in that. Apparently my dad was even younger than we are now when he first started out as a soldier in the royal castle. Around 40 years back, there was an incident where the previous king fell off of one of the ramparts when he was just a kid, and my dad saved him by impaling his clothes to the wall with a javelin before he hit the ground. Wow, that's amazing. Well, after my dad changed his daily training regimen to include spearing at least 100 falling leaves each day in case a similar incident occurred, and ever since then, he hasn't missed a single day of training all these years. I was right. I could never hope to live up to an example like that. And now that I've told you something about my dad's past as a knight, you want to hear something else about him that's usually kept a secret? Huh? That's really alright with you, I guess. Yeah, everything I told you just now, and everything you've read about him from official reports, all of it is completely made up to make my dad look like a better knight than he actually is. What? That can't possibly be true, though. Your father's one of the most renowned knights in the history of Fargus. How could everything written about him just be made up? Because while my dad is kind of a crappy person and more than a bit insane, and the knights who report to him aren't. If it weren't for the work of people like the Arsehole Squadron, every mission my dad has participated in would have went up in flames. Literally. And to them, getting the credit they deserve for what they do is less important than giving future knights a legend to help inspire them to follow their dream. I don't understand, Annette. Why are you being so harsh towards your own father like this? Well, aside from him deserving it, I'm trying to make a point that you won't get anywhere by comparing yourself to legendary knights like him, and setting standards for yourself that are impossible to live up to because of it. Being a knight is what you really want to do, and be the knight that you want to be, instead of trying to make yourself into a knight who can't even bother to be there when his own daughter is born because he was too busy training to care. That felt like it suddenly became really personal towards the end, but I think I get your point. Thanks, Annette. No problem, Ignatz. And just try to remember, being good at combat isn't all there is to being a good knight. Being a good person is every bit as important to the job, too, and that definitely isn't something you're lacking on.
So Bio, it's not relative to the meme we just saw, but posted that taking Ferdinand to an extra-dimensional death void honestly wasn't even the worst thing we'd done to some of the people who actually agreed to join our class.
Yeah, I know, right? We buried some of them under like a mountain of flowers. This is why it's always good to have a talking dog on hand. So, you saw it out there too, right? Well, that's a relief. I was starting to worry that I was the only one. There you are, Ash. I've been searching all over for you. Oh, hello, Mercedes. Was there something you needed? I was worried about how you were doing. You looked white as a sheet during training earlier, so I was concerned something might have happened when I didn't find you in the infirmary afterwards. Oh, it must have just been your imagination. We both know you're too honest a person to be a good liar, Ash. What's the matter? I was distracted during practice because I thought I saw something. You saw something? Whatever do you mean? Don't laugh, but I think I saw a ghost. A ghost? A proper ghost? Why, that sounds remarkable. What did it look like? It's kind of hard to describe, but it almost looked like Raphael. Raphael, but he's perfectly fine, Ash. In fact, I saw him just a few minutes ago while I was looking for you. How could the ghost you saw have looked like him? I don't know, but I definitely saw it out there, Mercedes. It looked just like him, but maybe a bit older and with a hole through his chest. You haven't been overworking yourself recently, have you? Well, I have been studying a lot lately. I know I don't have to, but even with our classes having been suspended when the Officers' Academy closed, recently it just felt like it's important for me to try keeping up with it despite that. Perhaps that could be the cause of what you saw then? What? No. It can't just be because I haven't been sleeping as much. He saw it too, after all. Go ahead and ask him, and he'll tell you about it. Who is he, Ash? And what are you talking about, Mercedes? I'm referring to the soldier I was talking to before you... Where did he go? He was right behind me just a moment ago. You were the only person here when I entered, Ash. I saw no one else come into the cafeteria before myself, and I didn't see anyone leave either. But that is impossible. The only way he could have disappeared like that is if he was actually... Meanwhile... So, how did your mission go? I am most excited to know if it had worked as planned. Terrified screams. I'm happy to report that it sounds to have been a complete success, Flame. You have my deepest gratitudes for this. Oh, before I forget, allow me to return your medal. Thanks for holding on to it for me. I don't like having to take this thing off, but they would have known it was me for sure if I'd had it on. Say, if it's alright for me to ask, why ask me to help with your magic training anyways? Couldn't you have just asked one of your friends? For reasons that I am unsure of, Annette no longer wishes to assist me with practicing my teleportation magic. No, well in that case, I'm happy to have helped. One other thing though, I don't really mind getting warped around a bunch for your training, but why go through the trouble of pranking those two like that? Because the both of them were most rude earlier, and would not allow me into the kitchen to help with preparing the large fishy that Ash and I had caught. Makes sense to me.
So, Bio says, in the second panel you could actually see the visual effects for Rescue going off behind Ash.
Oh yeah, how about that? And finally starting to let it sink in. Oh, why, hello there, Dedue. I feel like I haven't really seen you around camp much recently. It's good to see you, Ash. And my apologies for that. I've simply been busy with something as of late. You were? Oh, sorry, if I'm interrupting you, then... It's alright. You actually arrived at a very convenient time, as I'm in need of your assistance. You need my help with something? What is it you've been working on? I was wondering if you could perhaps help me by sampling this blend of herbal tea I've been working on. You've been trying to make your own blend of tea? Correct. I've already allowed His Majesty to sample some previously to test its medicinal properties, but for various reasons, he is unfortunately unable to be of much help in regards to refining its flavor. Through his aid, however, I have at least learned that it seems to have the effect of helping to calm one's nerves. Well, if you need a hand, then I don't mind lending one. Showing tea being drank is too much work. Is something about it not to your taste, Ash? No, it's quite good, actually. It's just... something about it is... What did you use to make this, Dedue? Do you recall those herbal flowers you told me about some time ago? Yarrows, I believe. I've chosen to use those as the base, while also mixing in some additional herbs as well. Maybe that's why this feels so familiar then. Those flowers, they must have been what Leonardo used in the tea he'd make for me back when he first took me in. Strange. Did he never tell you what was in the tea he made for you, Ash? My father apparently never told me a lot of things. Anyways, if it's alright for me to ask, why have you been trying to make your own tea blend like this? Ah, that's actually quite simple, you see. I was planning to... Would you please stop with all the arrows already? This isn't what I meant when I asked for help with training. That sounds like a problem. I'm gonna try and find out what that was about. Good luck with whatever you were planning to do. Very well then, I shall speak with you later. Bernie getting assaulted
by Petra.
Yep. Sometime later in the cafeteria. Alright, now that she's up and moving again, I guess it's time I finally got something to... Huh. Well, that's definitely a lot of stuff. Was today a holiday or something? Oh, JPEG probably would have said something earlier if it was. Huh. Why'd they set all this up for, then? To answer your question, the cause for this small display of festivities would be yourself, Professor. What? You set all this up for me? Yes, with us having needed to begin work to move the camp not long after the arrival of your group, there was never an opportunity for us to give you a proper welcome. As such, I took it upon myself to prepare this to commemorate the occasion. My apologies for it having taken so long. I could only afford to work on the preparations in the little spare time I have available. But why all of this? I don't understand why you'd even bother going through this much trouble just for us. Because all of us...
It's the wrong R.
Yeah, okay, good. I was trying to reread it to see if I was just, like...
I know, that's why I let you know what the problem was, because I could see your brain trying to
I assumed bio was right. My brain was wrong.
No, your brain's right.
Because all of us are glad to have you and your group here with us, Professor. And as most lack the free time to have aided with it, I readied this myself on all of our behalves. Thanks. There's no need to thank me, Professor. Now that you've taken your seat, would you care to have a cinnamon roll? Sure. Very well. I would also recommend pairing it with the tea. It's a special herbal blend that I developed myself for the occasion. And I'm sorry it's taken so long for this to be said, but welcome to our camp, Professor. We're happy to have you join us in what has become our home. We're happy to be here too, Didu.
Nothing much has happened in chat other than Sarge dropping in.
Huh. Hello, Sarge. Welcome to chat. There, okay. I couldn't remember which scene I needed. Like I said, I'm very tired. I guess my brain is not functioning correctly today. In like any capacity.
Sorry if you said just moving my tablet off to the side. You're good.
Okay. Ingrid and Rodrigue B is where we're at.
Just stay where you are, kitty. As long as you do, you don't get yeeted.
Unlikely.
Ah, you're back. I heard you went to Fraldarius territory?
Yes, I had a bit of business to take care of there. I forgot how long it had been.
What was it like to return?
It was always like a second home to me in a way. So being there brought memories flooding back. I found myself taking little detours everywhere, even though I knew I did not have time for such trifles.
And what impression did it give in its current state?
The region itself is quiet and peaceful. But lack of food has left the surrounding towns and villages in a precarious situation. It reminds me of when the people of Galatea territory fought over provisions during famine. If things keep on as they are, there could easily be an uprising.
Perhaps we should ask the refugees to cultivate the land. Ah, but that isn't my decision to make. Thank you, Ingrid. I will let Felix know your thoughts on the matter.
I would appreciate that. Oh, and it's not as if everything has changed for the worse. There were new shops around, and all of the roads were well maintained.
Ah, yes.
It's surprising to see how much has changed over the years.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You used to visit multiple times a year, when Glenn was still alive.
I did.
My fiance's dead,
Yes.
yes. Thanks for reminding me.
Though I might never have visited again if I had not been presented with this opportunity. I am glad I decided to take it. Once this war is over, would you mind if I came to visit Fraldarius land as I once did?
Not in the slightest. You can visit anytime you like. I'm sure that Felix and the rest of my family would welcome you with open arms. We certainly owe you that much, considering all you've put up with from my sons.
Not at all.
Mostly
If anything,
Felix.
they put up with me. My brothers are both so much older than me, so Glenn and Felix were among my few friends growing up. Thinking back on it, I feel like I was always ordering Glenn around.
Well, if the time you two spent together helped you in
It'll be a
even the
bit too
smallest
late
way,
to be.
I
Like,
am satisfied.
it'll be getting too dark to fix brake
And
lines
I know
pretty soon,
Glenn
won't it?
would be overjoyed.
Those days are irreplaceable to me. They will live in my heart forever.
Spoken like a true daughter of Count Galatea. You've grown strong, Ingrid.
Thank you for saying so. Still, I want to keep moving forward as best I can.
Yet it's good to
Fucking
acknowledge
wild
one's
having an
limits.
80-degree
People
day
are
in
allowed to
April
show
today.
weakness, you know.
Yeah.
Look
I'm
at
not
me,
surprised with
talking
the way
your
the,
ear
hum-
off,
uh,
while you're
with the
still
way the
covered with
humidity has
dust
been
from the
that
road.
we're
My
allegedly
apologies.
supposed to be getting storms. Is this
No,
the first
I am grateful
real
for the concern.
thunderstorm we've had since
Thank
you
you.
got Kisa?
I think so.
There's no need for thanks.
So both of us
After
get
all,
to
you're
experience
like a daughter to me.
kittens with storms for the first time tonight.
Yeah.
Or at least for the first time in, God, how long has it been since Riri was a kitten?
We were working on him until 11 p.m. yesterday. That seems quite dark.
Presumably he's working somewhere lit.
I don't know much about brake lines. Maybe they glow in the dark.
That's true, for all either of us know they could.
Perhaps they bioluminesce.
Oh, is that why
dear.
he's called
She left some
Bio?
of her feet again today. She might even be sick. But what do I do if she is?
Go see the horse doctor.
You should give her hay instead of feed.
Oh, Marianne, I didn't notice you there. Wait, what's wrong with feed?
If they glow in the dark, then
served enough.
life would
For a horse,
actually
I
be
mean.
easier.
Not enough nutritional
Oh,
value.
well, that's unfortunate.
Well, then maybe that's your $1 million
I
idea,
suppose I
Bio,
have
is you
been giving
invent
her a
brake
good
lines
amount
that
of
glow
oats
in the
recently.
dark.
Yeah, time
Is
to
that really
invent
what's making her
bioluminescent
unwell?
brake lines.
Yes. Probably.
In that case, I'll find some hay for her right away. Thanks for the advice. You sure know a lot.
Oh, no, not at all.
There's no need to be humble when you clearly know so much. Speaking of which, would you mind if I asked you some other questions?
No, I should have minded my own. Please excuse me.
Oh, that was a
Wait!
successful
There's so much I want to
conversation.
ask!
Hold on, I need to know about horses. Come back.
What do I do? I only brought her on the battlefield once. Now she refuses to take even a single step.
Oh, are the
I
Ingrid and
think,
Marianne sports just going
she's
to be
scared.
horse care advice?
Basically.
Really?
I can try to calm her down, but I don't know. Easy, girl. Easy. I know that was scary, but you're safe now.
Just this half of your cat is still twice the size of mine.
Amazing! She's walking again!
She said she hates the stench of blood on the battlefield. And that's why she didn't want to move.
Oh, well that makes sense. Wait, did you just talk to my horse?
Yes, well, I mean, sort of. I just kind of understand.
That's incredible! How do you do that? And can you teach me?
It's really just, I sort of
If you
imagine
tried
what they're
speaking like a
thinking
human
based on
being,
little
Marianne wouldn't be so
movements, or-
apprehensive to talk with you more, Ingrid.
I'm sorry. I'm not helpful. I should go.
Robo Ingrid.
Not helpful. This is the second time you've helped me and her both. You shouldn't be so hard on yourself, Marianne. Have a little confidence in your abilities.
Please excuse me.
Wait, I didn't even get to thank you.
Ingrid, obviously, it's a crest thing. Of course, Marianne can't teach you how to speak horse. Well, not with that kind of attitude. Ingrid has a crest.
Like, I wonder if all of the crests have, like, secret superpowers other than the obvious ones. Like, how Dimitri gets super strength in addition to, like, the various
She's
other
been
stuff.
flicking her
Marianne
tail a
gets the
lot
ability
today.
to speak with
Does that
animals.
mean she's happy?
No, she's just brushing off flies.
Oh, that makes sense. Also, I was thinking she was in a bad mood because she kept stomping her hoof.
No, it was just Dusty.
That means she wants more hay, and higher quality feed if possible.
Where's this coming from, huh? You keep eating like this, you'll only have more weight to carry around. I've really been trying to figure out what she's thinking based on her behavior, but it's so hard. I'm impressed you manage it so easily.
Oh no, I'm not that impressive. What's wrong, Ingrid?
Marianne, perfect timing. My horse is refusing to move again, and I need to help an ally back on the battlefield. She doesn't seem scared like before, so I'm not sure what to do.
Okay, I'll talk to her. Shh. You're fine. You're
Marianne gets
right.
horse speech, Dimitri gets super strength, and
Well,
Ingrid
what
loses
did
her
she
shit
say?
when faced with the prospect of decent gear.
She doesn't want to take you to the battlefield because it's too dangerous. For you, I mean.
So that's what was troubling her. All right, I'll take it from here. There, girl. It's all right. Even if we're heading into danger, I'll be fine so long as I'm with you. Now lift your head and walk. One of our friends is waiting for us. Aw, thanks. I'm counting on you.
Thank goodness you got through.
I have been doing my best to learn how to connect with her, and it's clearly paying off. Though I'd never have understood her feelings without your insight.
But I didn't do anything. More importantly, you should hurry and help your friend.
I will. See you later.
Wait, Ingrid, I hope you come back safely. And then, when you do, maybe we can...
There, girl. It's fine. The battlefield won't be dangerous for me if I
you
just
wanna go
kill
horseback
everyone
riding
else
together
first.
sometime?
Marianne,
Of
why isn't it
course.
working?
I'd love to have Dorte join us.
Oh, yes, actually. But how did you know?
When you spend enough time with a person, you start to pick up on what they're thinking through facial expressions and mannerisms. It's especially true of close friends. So I guess all my practice helped us as well.
Oh, Ingrid. I really admire how hard you work at everything you do.
Like trying to be
I hope you
human.
return safely. Dorte and I will be waiting for you.
We'll come back safe, Marianne. I promise.
Alright, Rodrigue is done. Alright, nothing to do with Rodrigue. Elda is not on this route. Alright. Okay, Lawrence has a few.
Playing Engage lately, man, it's total whiplash.
Raphael,
Playing that
pardon my
Three
interrupting your
Houses /
fleeting
Hopes.
moment of repose.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
hey, Lawrence.
nice playing
You
a
need
real
something?
Fire Emblem game as opposed to
I do,
The
in fact.
Persona
To tell the
Simulator
truth, I
that
recently
Three
learned how
Houses
you and your
was.
family founded an inn
Meanwhile,
once you
Bio
returned to your
follows up
hometown.
with, it's honestly just wild
Yet,
that
you
literal
still chose to
robot
leave them
flame
behind
manages
and
to
risk
sound
your
more
life
like
and
a human than
livelihood
Ingrid
fighting in
does
this
a lot of
brutal
the time
war.
in this game.
Yeah, it's bizarre,
I must
man.
ask the reason why.
Why? Well, to keep my family safe, of course.
By the way, you really need to
I
hurry up and
struggle
finish
to follow
Engage.
your
I
reasoning.
know, I was
Would
working
then it
on
not
it a
be more
little
prudent
earlier
to remain
today.
by their side?
That's what I thought at first, too. But just being there with them wouldn't be enough. Yeah, I can protect everyone day to day if I'm back keeping watch at the inn. But if me joining the fight on the front lines means we bring peace back to the world, they'd never have to worry another day in their lives. So sure, it's tough being away from Maya through all this, but it'll be worth it in the end. I know it.
I see. Your thinking is correct in part, but it is in part mistaken as well. Staying at the inn to protect your family will not provide them the security you so desperately desire. So long as this war continues to heave along, your establishment will always remain at risk of being consumed by the flames of combat. But you are a commoner, and it is our duty as nobles to protect the ordinary citizens of our territories. There should be no need for one who is not with the military to leave their family and join the war effort. Such tasks are meant to be handled by the nobility. In other words, you should be leaving the defense of your lands to me and my subordinates.
Were you really that worried about me being here? Oh, thanks. But this was my choice. I'll be fine.
No, that is not what I meant, in the slightest. I speak of the obligation we in the nobility have to our people. The weight of war should fall on our very shoulders.
Listen, you're
While
too
the common
poor
folk
to
in
be
our
in
charge
war,
should focus
Raphael.
on maintaining their
Even though
livelihoods.
historically that's how most
Okay,
men
but I'm still
of
gonna
like
fight no matter what. The toughest
really
people are the
meager
ones who should be leading the
origins
charge, right?
grew to positions of power was
What I
through
mean
excelling
is-
in the military.
You're not listening to a word I say, are you?
You don't think I've got what it takes, huh? I got it. Let's compete to see who's stronger.
Pardon? You want a competition?
You betcha. It's the perfect way to find out who's got the real arm muscles around here. There's a bunch of boxes that need to get moved over in the training grounds. Want to see who can carry the most? If I win, you'll have to promise to be totally cool with letting me fight.
No, I must decline. By that token, you will only end up proving your point.
So you do think I'm strong?
Do not misunderstand my intentions. You and I are on completely different pages on this matter. We are practically in two separate genres. But someone like him would undoubtedly prove useful in the heat of battle. But
Hello? Whatever. I'm gonna go grab those boxes myself. My muscles are aching for a little workout.
Good for you. Look at all these commoners that Lawrence has supports with.
Right? Surprising. And before he's condescending to all of them.
there you are.
Yeah, but why would
Lawrence.
Lawrence care about that? The people are poor now, and
Oh,
that's all that
Lawrence.
matters to him.
I find the
Fair.
beauty of this place to be so relaxing,
Brr.
don't you?
Yes, I must wholeheartedly
Next
agree.
week, Purr.
It is marvelous. As are you. Not only are you a knight of
If
House
you're
Gloucester,
not
you have even
live
taken on the
streaming
role of
next
a
week,
general within
Yeah,
this
so
army.
just as a fair
To be
warning
honest, when
to
first we met, I
everybody
could
that's
not see you
actually
as
here,
anything more than a mere merchant's
there's
child.
not a
who
Three
happened to be
Houses
gifted
stream
with a
next,
better
or
eye
Three
than
Hopes
most.
stream next week. That's true.
Hyper!
That's probably all I really look
I
like
am
back then.
occupied next weekend, so
But
there's,
now,
there's
you've grown
not
so
going to be a
capable that I
Sunday
regularly
stream.
mistake you for someone
Wow.
else entirely.
That's nice of you to say. But I still have a long way to go before I'm where I want to be.
Do you remember
I have
your
no
time
idea what I
working
am
as a
going to be
knight in my
doing this time
territory?
Sunday
And
next
back
week,
before
but
the war began.
it's going to be something.
Compared to
It
then,
remains
you
to
are
be seen
practically
what, but
brimming
it'll be
with life
something.
now, especially as we march from locale to locale.
You really think I'm that different?
I always thought you not fond of battle, hence why I find this reversal so very puzzling.
Well, it's because... I confess, I've been painting. Whenever I've had the free time during our marches, that is.
Oh, hell yeah, it will be.
Is that so?
Yes. There
I'm
are
just
so many
looking
places
forward
in
to us
Clothing just
subjecting
like
poor
this one,
Purr to
with
our
the most
parents.
incredible
It's
views.
fine, don't worry about it.
I simply can't help but put them down on paper because
Oh, yeah, I mentioned this
well,
in the Discord
I
too,
want
but
them to
just
stay with me
heads
forever.
up for anybody that cares, Sengoku Bosser
Maybe
is
that's
also
why I've
on
been looking so
hiatus
alive
this
lately.
week and next week.
You certainly see straight through me in any case.
Is that why you were over to my house so early yesterday?
No?
I...
It's because it's
I'm sorry,
5 minutes from
not.
here.
Huh? About what?
I granted you a position as my knight because I thought it to your benefit. But I see now that your heart lays somewhere else entirely. Hearing you talk about art with such passion, such fervor, it fills me with regret.
Oh, you don't need to apologize. If anything, I should be thanking you, Lawrence.
You should? What have I done to earn your gratitude?
Yeah, I mean, so
When the Officers Academy shut
I mean,
down,
so
I
you
was
and
lost,
Bowser, you know,
deprived of my
not
purpose
like
in life.
there's anything that
And you,
there,
everything
so
I experienced in that role
Baz
has
and I
given
figured,
my
oh,
life
we'll
new
just
color.
double up on
When I
just
don't
double
think
up
I
on
could
the
do
Zillia
without.
recording when we
I
did
see.
that yesterday, so that we have all of
So
that
no
for
matter
this
how
week
I
and
live,
next
no
week,
matter
since
what
we're
I
not
paint,
actually recording next weekend. So.
There will always be that one hue that reflects my duty as a knight of House Gloucester.
Sarge
That
was
will
in the
never
comments
disappear.
briefly earlier. He's not
I
dead at
couldn't be
least,
prouder that it's there.
but he probably woke up
I
like
too am
half an
proud,
hour ago.
Ignatz.
So
Proud to call you a knight of my house. And a friend.
he's sleepy boy. Okay, no sport with child or with Marianne for some reason.
Which is really bizarre.
He does on Golden Deer though, and on. It's just on Blue Lions he doesn't get a Marianne support.
Probably because he doesn't want to actually have to be seen being, like, beneath Marianne in rank. Because he did confirm in the one thing that Marianne is technically the commanding officer for...
Marianne, his standards is the thing. Not on the other two routes, apparently. Alright, Lawrence and Balthus.
Eventually.
Hey, just the guy I wanted to see.
Ah, Balthus. Do you need me?
Yep. Got some hush-hush stuff I want to talk to you about. So let's go somewhere private.
Some hush-hush stuff.
Goodness, whatever could it be? It must be serious if we need to discuss it in a private setting.
So, what do you know about the Claude investigation?
What now?
I fear I have no idea what you are talking about. Did this request come from my father, perchance?
Yeah, I figured you might be in the dark.
Indeed, this is the first I have heard of it, though I believe he may have spoken to me once regarding something similar. Still, I am surprised he would ask such a thing of you. Also, how do you even know my father?
You know I've borrowed a lot of money from all kinds of folks, right? Well, your pops is on that list. I'm as broke as can be, so he put me to work to pay it back. That's how I ended up looking into Claude.
What? How did
I think that was around the time I decided
it come
to hide
about
under
that you
Gary's
just happened to borrow money from, you
I
know?
am relieved to hear
Lawrence's
you know him for
dad.
surprisingly
Yeah.
normal reasons.
Hey,
Why would he have just
What's that
agreed to
supposed to
lend
mean?
money to you?
Still, I wonder why my father would lend money to a
Balthus
base
gets
mercenary
it.
such as
Why
yourself.
would anyone tell Lawrence anything
just
in
gonna
the first
ignore that
place?
last part, huh? Now I know where the phrase like father like son comes from. Anyway, I'll answer your question. I may not look it, but I actually used to be a noble.
You, a noble? Pray, keep your jests in check, sir.
No joke. The full name's Balthus von Albrecht. I'm surprised you didn't know. Claude and Hilda both did.
Does this mean you have connections with Lord Holst?
Yeah, we're old buddies. I was the heir to my house too, so we got to see each other a lot.
An heir? Goodness me, I apologize for my ignorance. To think a boorish man so lacking in honor and grace would be a noble.
Wow. Dick move.
Hey, easy. I'll have you know I was actually the lord of the house. It wasn't till after I inherited the title that I left.
Such a thought staggers the imagination, but I will accept it for the time being.
Wow, Lawrence,
And
what
I
a
feel I
dick.
now understand your relationship to my father.
You just sort of say whatever pops into your head, don't you? Still, you better think twice about that brutal honesty of yours. Especially since you're gonna be the Count someday.
You may be right. Thank you for the counsel.
There you are, Lawrence.
There he is.
What is it you need now, Balthus?
I want to talk about the debt I owe your
Yes,
father.
Balthus, for better and almost exclusively
settled
worse,
that,
Lawrence has no
and I'm
internal
thinking I
filter
should
for his
probably
dumb
pay it
ass
back.
mouth.
Ah, that.
As
Well,
one does.
As head of House Gloucester, I have determined you no longer need to repay it. Judging by the specifics of the requests, I highly doubt my father ever expected recompense.
Oh, would you look at that? The current Count Gloucester sure is a generous sort.
You have saved me countless times on the battlefield since joining our army.
Neither of you have been on the battlefield since
Asking a
joining our
comrade in
army.
arms for mere
Correct.
coin when I owe them a life debt would only sully the good name of House Gloucester.
Well, I still appreciate it. So, does that mean I can just drop the whole investigate Claude thing? I mean, I've already dug up an entire mound of dirt on the guy, but I'm happy to let it all go.
That is dangerous information to have. The Alliance's internal affairs must not be exposed to other lands. Destroy all record and speak of it to no one.
You sure? There's some real juicy stuff in there. Your head would probably pop clean off if I told you.
I admit that my curiosity is piqued. Oh, what to do? In that case, Balthus, hold this information of yours tight and make sure it lands in no other hands. When the time comes that we need it, I will take it into my possession.
When you need it? What's that mean?
Well,
It is
Lawrence
quite
was that
possible
one
that I
time
will
when he
someday
dragged
become the
Shaz
next
Ignatz
leader
and
of the
Raph along to
Alliance.
deal with some bullshit.
You take good care of it in the meanwhile.
I guess.
All for the sake of Lawrence Hellman Gloucester.
How the heck did I end up having to help you?
My apologies.
Because you're in debt
Will
to my
you not
family?
be assisting me? Though you may be only a former noble, I have the utmost trust you will not betray me after my having cleared your debts.
Also, you're in debt to me for having cleared your debts. So, you know.
Not too happy about this, but I am glad to have one less debt on my plate.
Yeah, it's just that you owe him.
Still, looks like I've landed with a real scoundrel. If only he were a lady instead.
Glad you're such a good judge of character, Balthus.
We'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. God, you're just so insufferable, Lawrence. Your dad really should have done better than that.
Right? Because his dad's actually a delight.
His dad's pretty chill. Except for that group of bandits that he hired that got, like,
Wow.
a bunch of people killed.
No one's perfect.
So you seek to block my path, do you?
Oh, this isn't
Do
gonna
you
end well for you,
challenge me?
Lawrence.
If so, be warned. None can hope to stand against me in a staring contest.
It's Felix's cat.
Begin!
Leo named Felix's cat, didn't he?
You are a gracious loser to accept defeat so readily.
I am hesitant even to ask, but what are you doing?
Ah, if it isn't Lawrence spying on me, Well, if you must know, an insolent feline was blocking my path and challenged me to a staring
Buzzball.
contest. However, we determined the winner quite readily. Were you witness to my victory?
Were you not once a noble?
I was, yes, and still am so at heart. In the future, you will see me as both the head of House Nouvelle and the world's finest mage.
Then it seems I must adjust my perception
I mean,
of
you are a magical genius. It's just, you
I
know,
always knew you to be a striking beauty
kind
who
of
possesses a
suck
keen
at
talent
creating
for magic.
spells.
I was even
No, she's
considering you as a
excellent at
candidate
creating
for
spells.
marriage,
It's
should you
just
happen to
they're,
reform your house. But now
kinda
to find you
devastating.
competing with a house cat. I beg your pardon. Pray disregard my words.
The gall required to consider a woman as a mate and subsequently disqualify her in the following sentence is staggering. Staggering, I tell you! You are a coarse, vulgar, indecent boor! And were I ever under consideration for your hand in marriage, I hereby withdraw any and all possible interest!
Love Constance.
Also, you are the heir to House
Oh,
Gloucester,
Coco.
yes? Why would I ever hope to marry into a house of such meager standing?
Oh, shots fired.
How dare you? The magnificent House Gloucester is anything but meager.
I do dare, and have done! And while I know not of your status within Leicester, House Nouvelle is steeped in tradition, with a bloodline closely guarded and unbroken. I find it hard to believe that joining your house is worth uprooting that.
Well now, I can hardly back down from words such as those. We of Gloucester are legitimate descendants of one of the 10 elites and inheritors of a hero's relic.
Oh no, how
Long have we held
scary.
a seat at the
Inheritors
Alliance
of
Round
Heroes
Table,
relic,
why we are
which
among the most
was
distinguished
stolen
houses in
by
the
Lysithea.
whole of Leicester. We are no less valuable than House Nouvelle, who, may I add, were condemned to extinction by the previous emperor.
It seems our allegations are doomed to never reach a point of agreement.
Then I suppose we have no choice but to compete, that we may determine which of us is superior.
It's Constance.
Yep.
Choose whatever battlefield you wish,
Not even a-
Lawrence.
it's not
I
even a
shall
bait,
ever
it's
be
not
the
even
agent of your
close.
doom.
Okay, the battlefield is dick size. Shit. You probably shouldn't let him choose whatever battlefield he wants, Constance. All he has to do is say penis size and he wins by default.
I don't know, with the way Constance invents spells, man.
Yeah, but they always backfire, so it just ended up making Lawrence's dick bigger.
Yeah, that's true.
I dare say I pulled off quite the impressive strategy in our previous battle. One should expect nothing less of me, Lawrence Hellman Gloucester.
It's a delightful surprise to see you here, sir. What wonderful peals of laughter you have.
So the rain
There
begins.
is truly none other
Yep.
quite so suited for such splendid displays
Lawrence,
as
I
yourself.
don't know shit about Constance, but I know enough about you to know you'd be fucked in just
Constance?
about any type
Is
of
something
battle
the
you'd
matter?
challenge her to.
No, not at all.
Only because he doesn't have the,
I just
you know...
feel awful that someone as wonderful as
He
you
doesn't have
must
psoriasis.
turn their attention
it-
on a wretch such as
No,
I.
he has too much pride
All
to
right,
do
what
the
is the
dick
matter
measuring
here? This
contest
is
with a
all
woman.
quite unlike you. You almost always announce yourself to me with an exultant smile and some cutting jibe. But
You know, my
this,
foot's falling asleep.
Sounds like a you problem.
now that I
It is a me problem.
I believe the same thing happened to her before.
Because there's a universal
I thought she
rule
might be
that you
ill,
do not
but
move
Perhaps it is not so
a
simple as all
sleeping
that.
cat.
I fear my words and actions, totally unsuited as they were to one of my status, have incurred your ire. Please inform me of what my punishment is to be, and I shall humbly accept whatever is to come.
What is this nonsense you speak of, Constance? You yourself said you were a noble woman at heart, did you not?
I must ask you to refrain from taunting me so. I am but a simple commoner now. A mere foolish being whose only calling is to obediently follow any order you give me.
Enough! Return yourself to normal at once. You sought to re-establish House Nouvelle. What has become of your ambition? Your pluck?
That is kind of you to say. It pains me so to deny your gracious words. But it is unthinkable that someone so lowly as I could make real the nonsensical dream of re-establishing House Nouvelle.
Constance, this saddens me greatly. To think you would change so fundamentally once you fell into despair after your dream was shattered. I must do something to help you.
Yeah, that's not why
I
she
cannot
changed so
imagine
drastically, my
causing you
dude.
such a grave inconvenience, sir.
I will hear none of it. I do as I please.
Oh, how kind you are. But your help will not bring me happiness. Though audacious and selfish as this request may be, I ask you simply to watch over me.
It seems I must reevaluate my perception of you yet again. I once said there were things I must settle with you, but now is not the time for competition.
Correct. For no matter what sort of contest I find myself pitted in, you will always emerge victorious.
Well then, though you have rejected me once, pray allow me to say this. Nothing is impossible for Lawrence Hellman Gloucester. So when you decide to continue pursuing your dream and need my assistance, do let me know. Ha ha ha!
Alright, done with Lawrence. Raph. Ignatz. Yeah, okay. Ignatz and Marianne. Fair enough. Constance, I know not of this nonsense you're speaking of, but I assure you, I am not into that sort of thing.
Hey there, Ignatz!
Oh, Raphael!
I've been looking all over for you. Got a minute to chat?
Of course. With all the battles lately, we've barely had any time to sit down and rest.
Right? It feels like I don't even see you anymore. And I definitely don't have enough time to show off my muscles.
Glad to see you haven't changed at all these past 2 years. The Officers' Academy shut down so suddenly. I scarcely would have imagined we'd all end up back together as part of an army.
Same here. Oh, and I could hardly believe my ears when I found out you signed up to be a knight over with Lawrence.
To be honest, I had nowhere else to turn. I owe a great debt to him and his generosity.
Gotcha. He's not such a bad guy, that Lawrence.
I agree. Tell me, Raphael, how have you been holding up these past 2 years? I hear your family opened an inn.
Oh yeah, me, my grandpa, and Maya. Business is going pretty great if you ask me.
That's wonderful.
Nothing is impossible for
how is
Lawrence Hellman Gloucester. That's so.
She's as
Perhaps you
sunny
could
as
show me your
always.
family's heroes
That
relic.
reminds me.
Damn it.
She was pretty worried about you. I better write her a letter and tell her you're okay. I'm sure she wants to see you. Bet you're feeling the same way, huh?
Of course, I'd love to come and... That is, I should write her a letter.
What's wrong?
Life never works out the way you want, does it?
Huh?
Oh, it's nothing. Just thinking back to my childhood. Back then, I felt like I had the power to do whatever I wanted.
Like, be a painter.
What do you mean? I still feel like that now.
You do?
Sure. I know I joined the Officers' Academy to be a knight, but that option's off the table. But look at me now. I might not be a knight, but I'm fighting in a war as if I was. All you've got to do is put your mind to it, and you can do anything you want. Trust me.
Yes, I think you're right. Thanks, Raphael.
Remember, believe in yourself. Believe in the Kamina who believes in you, or whatever. Vicarious belief. The ultimate form of self-confidence.
Delicious as always. Alright, now that the old stomach's full, it's time to put my muscles to work.
Raphael, do you have a minute?
Oh, hey, Ignatz. I've got hours for you. What do you need?
Well, how would you feel about joining me? As a knight, I mean.
Rejected.
Me? Be a knight with you?
Yes. That's why you joined the academy, right? But all the roadblocks in your way have made you almost a mercenary at this point. As you know, I've been working as a knight under House Gloucester for a while now. And it seems I'm going to be rewarded rather well when this war is over, for all my achievements in helping the effort. I might even be able to use that newfound sway to recommend you for a position of your own, Raphael. Well, what do you think? It seems like a good plan to me.
Nah, I'm good.
Is that really what you want, Ignatz?
Huh? What do you mean?
Don't pretend like you don't know. We're
I joined the
friends,
Officers
remember?
Academy at night, but look
I
at
can
me
tell in
now.
a flash
Head
when you're
chef
not
at an
being
inn
honest
while
with me.
also helping fight a war part-time. What an
Well,
upgrade.
Yep.
I couldn't possibly spend all that reward money on my own, so...
That's not what I'm talking about. You're not happy staying as a knight, and you know it.
You really do see straight through me, Raphael. Honestly, I've wanted to make amends with you this whole time. Your parents died in my parents' stead, after all. I thought the least I could do was help you become a knight, like you always wanted.
Thanks, Ignatz. It makes me real happy to hear you say that. But you don't need to make anything up to me. And you definitely shouldn't be basing your life decisions on it. You got where you are with your own strength, right? You should be using that for what you want, not what you think anyone else does.
I'm more asleep than
Raphael.
usual. Why are you yawning?
And you know, I'm totally okay not being a knight. Once this war is finally over, and we're at peace again, I'm gonna take over the inn. So don't worry about me, okay? Follow your own dreams, Ignatz.
I'm really no match for you,
Everyone
Raphael,
but Ignatz
but I'm proud to call
gets
you a
that he
friend
wants to just be a
from the bottom
painter.
of my heart.
Nah, what he really wants is to be like a drill instructor, and then lose his lose his one thumb in war, and then come back and be a painter. Everyone will love him if he does that.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Oh, I'm surprised you've never heard of Bob Ross.
Ah, okay. I just couldn't figure out what reference you were going for.
Shocked you've never heard of Bob Ross.
Like, I know he lost his he lost a finger, and that's one of the things he was hiding with the super large palette all the time.
He was also a
but
drill instructor.
I can't even begin to picture that.
Well, yeah, because when he left the military, he made the conscious decision to never raise his voice again, which is why he was always so soft-spoken when he was doing all of the joy of painting stuff. Was he was taking the memory serves us Air Force drill instructor. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
but
What's up?
let me get some
We
feeling
can't get
back
this
in my
poor
left
thing to
foot.
return to the stable.
Look at me so hurt.
When I asked what was wrong, she said her stomach is in such terrible pain that she can't even take a step.
Yeah, that sounds like a real pickle.
If we could get her back to the stable, I could examine her and provide medication. But
Step aside, Marianne. It's Raphael's time to shine. I'll get your horsey back to the stable in no time.
Yep, pick it up and carry it
yes,
away.
But how
Hello, what's
exactly?
wrong with you not knowing the deep Bob Ross
Easy.
lore? Yeah,
I'll get her
right?
onto that cart over there and push her back home.
But I highly doubt she'll be willing to get into the cart given
It's
her
like
current
not knowing the
state.
deep Fred Rogers lore.
Ah, it's fine. Just leave it to me.
I mean, how much could there possibly
Good
be?
horsey. Good horsey. Just like that. See? It's not such a bad cart. And here we go.
Bear roar!
Forgotten about that. That was in his Petra support, right?
Yeah. Had the same energy
Thank you
as
very much, Rob.
Marta!
I gave her medicine, so she should feel much better soon. It seems she wants to thank you as well.
I can't control when my whole body
You don't need to be
shakes
thanking
with
me, Percy.
laughter.
This
Just
PNG
glad
of a
you're feeling
horse
better.
would like to thank you as well, just so you
I
know.
hope this isn't rude, but I still can't believe you were
Freedom,
able to
I
lift a
can
horse
move
with
my
your bare
leg.
hands.
Yes.
The horsey there was just the right size to wake up my sleepy muscles.
Couldn't you also just ask Flane
So,
to
what was
move
wrong
the
with her tummy
horse?
anyway?
Or Mercy? Mercy's
I
lifted
fear she
horses
knows
off her
snacks
shoulder
and
lots of
that hurt.
times.
Oof. That's rough.
She's always been a bit of a glutton, I'm afraid. Still, I'm surprised she went so far as to eat something she found by
How
the
do you
side of
forget the
road.
majesty of Bear Roar?
She was just hungry and eating what was around. Trust me, I know the feeling. I've
Marta!
had a lot of weird stuff before.
Like what?
I don't know. Old hard stuff, fuzzy green stuff. Think I ate
Oh, they
some
put
long
out the
wheelie
event
stuff
list
once.
for Con.
Did
the
they?
other day.
It's me. And do
wanna
weren't
guess what's
sick
not on
even
there?
After eating all of those
What?
bizarre things?
Literally everything.
Nope. Oh,
Like,
before the
there's
record,
no viewing
I only eat
rooms,
weird stuff when
there's
I'm
no
really hungry.
story time, there's
I
no
wish this poor horse had a stomach like yours.
dramatic readings.
Did they
If you
get
want a strong
the
stomach, all you gotta
midnight
do
showing
is
of
whip
Rocky
those gut
Horror
muscles
back at
into
least?
shape.
No.
First you do 1,000 crunches, give or take. Then you wolf down as much
Midnight
meat as
showings
you
of
can
Rocky
handle.
Horror.
Do that,
Hella
and you'll
fun.
have an iron stomach in no
Which is
time.
funny because I actually don't like
Give
watching
it a few days,
just
and you
like
won't even notice when you eat the
Rocky
weird
Horror
stuff.
on its own. I have to watch it with a
I'm
crowd of
sorry,
people
but
where I can't
I
enjoy
really
it
don't
at
think
all.
that's a proper training regimen for a
It's hard to
horse.
hear a bear roar when Raph is busy being 30 feet from his mic so he doesn't blow out the audio
That's
equipment.
right. Horses don't eat meat.
But I'm sure she still very much appreciates your desire to help Raphael.
Oh, what'd she say
Again,
now?
this PNG of a horse is thanking
Yes,
you.
I see. Apparently she's feeling much better and wants to go for a run in a large open field.
See? She does want to work out. Come on, Marianne. The three of us are going running. 50 wind sprints around the field. Let's go!
Let's go.
Wait, I have to run wind sprints?
What is a wind
what even
sprint?
is a wind sprint?
Is that an actual thing? I'm
Does
googling.
anybody know what a wind sprint is?
What is a wind sprint?
Oh, hey, severe thunderstorm warning.
Oh, your security system just gave you that update too?
No, the National Weather Service did.
My security system neighborhood page told me. Wind sprint, a form of exercise consisting of repeated alternation between walk or slow run and a faster run. It's basically intermittent jogging and running with walking. So, you know, what everyone did in high school during the track unit, except for the people who actually run track.
I didn't do a track unit.
They didn't make you guys do a track unit. They made us do one. It was awful. I hated it.
Marianne, what are you up to?
I found this in the mess hall.
Oh, that's...
It was at your seat, so I wondered if it maybe belonged to you, or if...
Actually, it
I
is
can't
mine.
say whether they
Thank
tried
you.
to make us do one or not. I just know I didn't do one.
It's not a very good painting, is it?
Which either meant that I
mean,
picked
use of
whatever the
color
other
and
option was,
composition are all wrong.
if it existed.
Oh,
Or
I think it's
I
wonderful.
just didn't feel like
The
doing it
Pegasus
and
looks as
claimed
though
I had
she's
band
about to
lessons
take
or
flight at
something and
any
skipped
moment.
it.
I did that a lot in high
You really think
school.
so? Well, that's good to hear.
I'm real sorry. I have another flute
So,
lesson. Didn't you
did
have
you
one
paint
like 2
this,
days?
Ignatz?
Yeah, I know, but
What?
you know how he
I,
is about the lesson schedule. It's fine.
I guess you found me out.
The brushstrokes are soft, yet it has a true sense of movement. I think it's beautiful.
Well, I was hoping to combine the Pegasi's gentle nature and powerful wings in a single image.
Ignatz just wants to
This was
paint a
more of
Pegasus.
test to see what poses and focal points would be most effective for... Oh, I'm sorry. I got a bit carried away there.
It's alright. Though I honestly had no idea you like Pegasi so much. They
Pegasus
don't allow
is
men to ride them, so I
Pegasin.
don't tend to hear too much praise for them.
Pegasuses.
But they're so kind and so
Pegasus.
powerful when they fly. They truly are the most magnificent creatures.
Pegoose.
You seem to like them just as much as I do, Marianne. I've never seen you smile like this before.
Oh, I wasn't,
Don't worry. I'm just as bashful about it as you are. Say, here's an idea. Would you mind if I watched you spend some time with a Pegasus?
Ignatz, you have some
I
really
promise to
weird
keep a good
requests.
distance so as not to put it in too much of a sour mood.
I certainly don't mind, but why?
It's a
Well,
sexual thing.
If I ever want to paint one that I'm happy with, I need to observe it up close. Or as close as it will let me get, at any rate.
Oh, what a wonderful idea!
To be honest, I'd resign myself to the idea that a male painter could never do one justice. But hearing your kind words has given me the courage to try my hand at it again. So, thank you for that.
I'm happy to help. Truly I am. Thank you for all of your help again today.
I was happy to do it.
Bring me more hay, Four Eyes? That's so rude. I'm sorry, Ignatz. I fear she's getting a bit too familiar with you now.
I'm just glad she's getting used to me. Although I probably could have done without that Four Eyes comment.
Ignatz, why have you continued helping me care for these Pegasi? Surely you have enough to paint your picture now, yet you continue fetching hay and mucking out stalls.
You're probably right, but this is for my dreams. You remember the painting you picked up before? Well, I created it to resemble the Pegasus I once rode with my mother.
That's not possible.
when I
They
was
don't
small.
let men ride them. Clearly
You
you're
rode a
mistaken.
Pegasus with your mother?
Yes. I heard she was a Pegasus Knight a long time ago, and when I showed interest, she took me for a ride. The moment we took off, I got so scared I buried myself in her sleeve and missed the whole first part. But once
Okay.
I finally managed to pry open
I
my
have
eyes,
genuine questions
view
about this
was
universe from this
breathtaking.
support.
I saw the whole of Leicester
Pegasus,
spread out
the
before me.
Pegasi will only
It
let
stirred something in
they
my
won't let
heart,
men
and
ride them, right?
I wanted...
You wanted to become a painter?
I wanted to become a Pegasus Knight.
what if
But that was just one of
It's
my
a trans
many silly
man?
childhood dreams.
That's
Plus,
Well, what if
after we
it's a
landed,
female
my
who
mother told me the Pegasi don't
transitioned
allow adult men to ride them.
and is now
So that
male?
pretty much nipped my
How do
dream
the
in the bud.
Pegasus view that? How do the Pegasus view a male who's transitioned to female?
But while I may have been forced
I mean,
to
there
give
are
up
also
that dream,
cases of people
I can
born
be anything I want in my
with
imagination.
How do
If
they
I
handle
imagine a Pegasi like
hermaphrodites?
this, it's
Thank
easier
you,
to
that was the
imagine
term I
myself
couldn't
soaring through
remember.
the sky.
You clearly still hold dear the desire to ride one. Even if we weren't speaking of it now, your passionate feelings resonate throughout your paintings.
What? You can
These are the questions they
sense
open
my
themselves up
feelings?
to when they make sexist horses.
Yes, I can easily tell how precious you consider Pegasi.
I mean,
Oh,
Pegasi and
what
unicorns
you
have
meant.
always been very gendered animals.
And if this one understands how you feel, then maybe, just maybe, she will permit you
Pegasi,
to
as
ride
magical
her.
creatures, are probably assholes for the most part.
Isn't that impossible?
Normally, yes.
I mean, there was that one
But she's
unicorn that
very
refused
used
to
to you
acknowledge
now,
rain
and
because she wasn't a
honestly,
maiden.
I'd really like to see it.
Also, that time that
I
Symphonia,
would dearly
like,
love to see your dream finally come
just
true.
kind of casually admitted that Rain had
Well,
had sex.
If you put it like that, I can't very well say no. Hello, Pegasus. Will you please deign to carry your new friend Four Eyes up into the sky? No, I take it back! I take it all back! I wanted to fly, but not like this!
Ah, yes, Tales of Silent Films 1.
Oh dear,
Who
I
could
thought she'd let him
forget?
climb on her back, not grab his clothing in her teeth. Goodness, I hope they don't rip. It would be a very long way down.
I can't enjoy the scenery like this! Marianne! Help me!
Remember when all of our Tales playthroughs were cursed? Every single one of them? Thank God we finally broke that streak.
Hmm? What's this? A stack of pictures? Let's see here. Cat, cat, cat. Scenery. Cat. Sure are a lot of cats here. Oh, and a picture of me playing with a cat.
Happy?
Hey, Iggy. What are you doing here?
I, just had something to take care of. Nothing important, though. Happy? What are you holding?
These? Oh, I just found them here. One of them is actually a picture of me.
Holding a cat.
I wonder who decided to draw me without bothering to, you know, tell me?
Yeah, that's not very nice.
You know a lot about art and stuff, right? Any idea who might have done this?
I'm shocked Happy can even recognize that it's
Well,
herself playing with a
it's
cat,
not
given
easy
how
to
shit
determine an
Dad
artist
says at
based on
drawing
pen
people.
strokes alone.
Yeah, not that. I wanted to know if you knew anyone
I'd like
else
to
who
think
drew
there was
stuff.
a big, like, arrow with the word happy written next to it pointing at her.
Well, there's a lot of cat pictures, so someone who likes animals, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, it's a lot of cats.
Sorry, I wasn't much
At least
help.
it's a lot
Anyway,
of cats
I
and
should
not a
go.
lot of cats with a K. You know,
Wait.
like.
Cats.
I
I didn't mention the cats.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Stop. Oh no!
Who drew these, Iggy? There's no way you can know about the cats otherwise.
Oh, make it go away.
You're
lied to
welcome.
me. I can't believe this.
Or it just says happy to
sorry.
convey the emotion,
I'm
and
so
happy
sorry I
just
drew
went,
you without your
close
permission."
enough, must be me.
That's not what I'm mad about, Iggy. I'm just mad you tried to lie to me.
Make it stop.
You're right. I did. I'm sorry.
I looked really cute in the picture, so all I wanted to do was say thanks.
You looked cute?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to know who drew it.
So you're not angry I drew you without asking?
Pretty sure I just told you that.
You're right. I suppose I misread the situation.
It's fine. Can I have the picture?
Sure. Keep as many as you want.
Cat, cat, cat. Scenery cat. Me playing with a cat.
More cats.
Badger, 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 badger. Mushroom, mushroom.
I remember that.
Badger, 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 mushroom.
There you are,
mushroom.
Iggy.
What is it, Happy?
Here, for you.
Thank you. Did you draw this?
I sure did. What do you think?
It's really good. Even better than I'd expect.
Really?
Yes. I feel the raw energy coming from each of your powerful pen strokes.
You are stretching, my
Happy
dude.
to hear it. So,
Oh no.
what can I do
How
to
did
make
you
it
find
better?
out that I wanted to be a painter, Ignatz?
Let's see.
You leave your paintings
Well,
literally
I suppose
everywhere.
it might be nice to add a little greenery to the background. The subject is very well drawn, so you can fill the background with color and it will still stand out.
Greenery? Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, and maybe you could add some flowers? With a few more details, you can expand your world and really bring out the majesty and mystery of nature.
But I don't really need any of that stuff, do I? I mean, that's not the vibe I'm going for.
Oh, sorry. Yes, prioritizing the impression of the subject as it is now is equally important. Your deer was just so well drawn that well, I guess I ended up including things that I personally like.
Wait, you said deer. What deer?
The deer right there. The one that's pretty much the entire subject of the drawing?
I didn't draw a deer.
Then what's the brown thing?
Your glasses.
So that's what it looks like, huh? It was supposed to be a guy. Guess I'm bad at this.
No
That's
sighing,
not
no sighing,
true at
no
all.
sighing.
I mean,
Look, you drew me before, so I guess it inspired me to try my hand at it. But it looks like I'm no good, so it's probably time to hang up my paintbrush.
no, wait! I can teach you. You can't give up on art just because I didn't understand your work.
Well,
Yeah,
if
that
you
would
say
be
so,
like giving up on opera
guess I'll
because
keep
Shez
going.
doesn't understand music.
Okay, so, who is this a picture of?
Hey, Happy,
It's
it's
you,
fine.
Iggy.
Ignatz can't draw people for shit either, so don't
Huh?
feel so bad about it.
Sorry, did you say me? Wait, so what are these horns?
Your glasses.
those are your glasses, obviously.
That's what those are? Oh, I did it again. I'm so sorry.
Wow, way to be a dick. Sorry, Cynthia. Okay, well, nothing for Marianne. Nobody
Until
cares
we
about
eventually
you
get-
or you.
Supports with Yuri.
Nothing for Yuri. Nothing for Balthus. Oh wait, Shamir. Wait, no, we did. We do Shamir.
I don't think so. Unless
No,
it was
we
in the
did
stream
not
I
do
missed.
Shamir.
Hey there, Shamir. What's a gal like you doing in a place like this?
Yeah, seriously, why aren't you in God
Oh,
Eater?
it's you. What do you want?
Nothing in particular. Just had some time to kill. Thought it'd be nice to chat.
Shouldn't you be off sparring with Catherine?
That sounds nice and all, but I've had my eye on you for a while.
Try anything funny, and you'll regret it.
Whoa, take it easy, pal. I didn't mean it like that. I was just thinking the two of us have got a lot in common, yeah?
Nothing comes to mind.
Hey now, let's not be too hasty. Take gambling, for instance. I happen to know you like a little game of chance, and I fancy a wager myself every now and again.
You can't call it gambling if all you do is lose.
Yes you can.
Sure, I've probably
Ask
In
lost
fact,
Vegas.
more
that's.
than I've made,
I was
but
about to say. In
hey,
fact, that's how
it's still
most
fun,
gambling
right?
works.
Keep telling yourself that.
What about booze? From what I understand, you're quite the drinker.
But unlike you, I can actually hold my liquor.
Hey, that was one time. Nobody drinks Balthus under the table. Not unless I've lost a bet.
You must lose often. I've seen you stumbling around here quite a bit.
All right, so gambling and booze are out. What about fighting? The battlefield is
Should
where
you
we
be
both
sparring with
come
Catherine?
alive,
I was
yeah?
gonna do that, but she said, why would you
My
want to spar
fighting
with
style
me?
is
Shamir is
nothing like
way
yours.
cooler than I am, and now I'm here.
I can't argue with that.
Why does she keep
I like
doing
to get
that?
real close and crack some skulls. Well, you prefer to
Why
pick
do you
off
keep
enemies
being so
from a
much cooler
safe
than her?
distance.
At the very least, you're a much
But
snappier
even if our
dresser.
methods are different, the end result is the same. It's kill or be killed out
Yeah,
there.
Catherine doesn't dress like she's from God Eater.
Huh. So you do see how we're different.
Give me some credit, will you?
Although Shamir
I
could
might
use a
not
few
be the
more
best
belts. It's not
drinker
it's
or
not really
gambler,
God Eater
but I
enough
am
without more
the
belts. She needs more
desirable king
belts.
of grappling. I can tell
Especially
you're
for
not
God
looking for
Eater
your
3.
fights.
Yeah.
There's nowhere near
like
enough
that,
belts for
unlike
God Eater
yours
3.
Truly.
Because I don't like dying. I prefer to be the one doing the killing. That's why I use a bow. The only one who bleeds is the enemy.
I'm
Aren't
pretty
you
sure we
forgetting
don't have you
something?
using a bow right
After
now.
gambling
to be
and
honest.
booze, you're supposed to ask me about women. Though I doubt our tastes are similar.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean? Hey, Shamir! Where are you going? Huh. Wonder what that was about.
I wanted you to ask her what kind of women she was into, dude. Come on. I wanted to tell you all about how cool Catherine was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen you miss.
Balthus, you've been training a lot lately.
I can't have people thinking that all I'm good for is getting drunk and begging for gold, yeah?
The problem will go away if you stop doing those things.
You sure don't hold back,
Speaking
pal.
of which,
Your words pierce my
would
heart
you
as
mind
sure as
letting
you
me
shot them
fight
from your bow.
Could have fooled me.
Hey, I was being serious. My heart's got more holes than
Maybe
an
a
old pair of
pretty
boots.
skull.
But it only adds to the allure if I don't let that show, yeah?
Well, I can't argue with that. Assuming it's true.
Right? Looks like you're finally starting to see my good side. I gotta say, the compliments have been pretty one-sided up till now. You're tough, skilled, determined, a stellar gambler and drinker, straightforward and humble too. You're so perfect, I don't know what to do with myself.
Okay, you're laying it on a bit thick here,
That's your
dude.
business.
Yeah.
Anyhow, there's not much for me to praise in return. You can't gamble or drink to save your life. You're more pig-headed than determined. And it's impossible to tell fact from fiction where you're concerned.
I went
But
to
at
check
least I
after
can count
last
on
session
one
because I was
battlefield.
curious about it after
You're
the
a
way
skilled
Yuri
fighter.
talked to Sylvain, but Yuri can actually
Oh,
get enough support with
that's
the
it?
fake bioth that
Skilled?
doesn't exist.
That's
Yeah.
harsh.
Yeah,
Would
Yuri,
you rather I
Yuri,
lie?
Yuri's like those
I wouldn't
doors that
expect
go
that
into
from you
old timey,
guess it's
old timey
true
like
what they
saloons.
say.
He swings both ways.
Strengths only matter in the eye of the beholder.
And so can
Look at
Linhart
that.
and
I'll
Mercy's
have to
brother.
add, occasionally says semi-intelligent things to my evaluation.
Can't you just cut me a break and say I'm smart?
If only it were true.
Oh, come on. Guess it's back to the drawing board. Just you wait. I'm gonna earn your respect.
I'm sure you can do anything you put your mind to. I won't hold my breath, though.
You never ease up, do you? Always gotta get in that parting shot.
Why are we talking about that faker Byleth? Nobody cares about them. Oh yeah, Coco and Happy. Good talk.
Yep.
Coco, I'm not gonna make it.
Happy? What in the world do you mean? You look rather unsteady all of a sudden.
I'm so sleepy. Why not just end my suffering now?
I'm tired, kill me.
Can you not pull yourself? You were the one who volunteered for guard duty in the first place.
I know, but whenever it's just the two of us like this, it reminds me of how things used to be. And then I get all nostalgic and sleepy. Usually I'd be in bed right now, you know?
Well, I cannot deny feeling a little nostalgic myself.
I can't believe we're still together after everything that's happened. When you went back to the Empire, I thought that was it. But look at us now, together again. Wild, right? I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like we're best friends or something.
Have you already forgotten what you once told me?
Yes. What was it?
You said that you would be so utterly lonesome without me to keep you company that it would only be a matter of time before you began to sigh.
That doesn't sound accurate.
It was necessary that I stay with you in order to avert certain disaster. I had no choice in the matter, you see?
We're not really friends. I'm
Did
just
I
here to
really
prevent
say
the
all that?
apocalypse.
You did indeed. It was the very day we left Abyss, if memory serves.
Alright then, fine by me. I wonder what everyone else from Abyss is up to now.
We know Balthus and Yuri are alive and well, and I believe it is likely everyone else is thriving too.
All those people that we didn't
Yeah.
name.
I think you're probably right.
Do you ever wish you could return to those days, back in Abyss?
Me? Nah, not really. Most of the people here don't know about my power. They actually treat me like a normal person.
Indeed.
Plus, you're here. It's like you said, I'd get lonely without my Coco. What about you? Would you be lonely without me?
Well, lonely is not necessarily the word I'd use.
So it's just me then, huh?
Okay, fine. I would be positively despondent without you here.
There you go. That wasn't so hard, was it? I'm glad you finally admitted it.
You knew? Why must you always tease me so?
Come on, you were pretty happy when I volunteered for guard duty, weren't you?
Yes, well, you see, that was because it had already been assigned to me.
And I figured having some help
I
would be
really thought
nice.
it would be easier to have a partner with whom I was already familiar.
We're not actually friends. I'm just preventing the
Same
apocalypse.
here.
We've been over
That's
this.
why I volunteered. I knew you'd be my partner, Coco.
I simply cannot win with you.
Stop being gay for me. Immediately. Happy. As one with Shamir. Good talk.
Oh, it's Shammy.
Ah, Happy.
Sham. Wow.
Strange. I didn't take you for the praying type.
Good. I'm not.
Thought so.
Pretending to be someone's
Then
friend to
what
prevent
are
the
you doing
apocalypse, it typically isn't a good idea to tell
Just
them we
looking for some
aren't
peace and
friends. I
quiet.
only hang out with you to
This
stop the
place seemed like the
apocalypse.
best option.
Got
I
it.
mean,
Should I leave you be then?
You're fine. I've had enough silence anyway. You don't strike me as the praying type either. What brings you here?
Same reason as you, I guess. I just wanted some more quiet. But I don't
I
mind.
just
if you're
got done
Shammy.
just got done being told that I didn't have a
Alright.
friend
Mind
and they
if I
were only
ask you
hanging out with
something
me
then?
to stop the apocalypse, so I figured I'd
You
come
just did.
somewhere quiet and kill myself.
Kidding. Go for it.
As long as I don't sigh while doing it, it
just
should be
occurred to me,
fine.
but you used to live in Abyss, right? Under Garreg Mach? Did you ever see a pagan altar or statue down there?
I heard pig in
You mean
altar.
that big hunk of metal with the giant wings? Yeah, it's pretty hard to miss.
It also lets you get like
Hold on, you know about
infinite
Abyss?
money in
Did you go down there when you were a
three
knight?
houses if you wanted to.
No, before that. Have you heard of the Dagda and Bridget War? After my side lost to the Empire, I was stranded in Fodlan. Somehow I wound up in Abyss. Soon after I started living there, I ran into trouble with someone from the church. Fortunately, Rhea noticed me, and I got hired by the Knights of Saros.
Rhea is just very irresponsible with the people
Let
she
me guess.
hires.
You
Yup.
got into it with Elfie, didn't you?
Elfie. The name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
Interesting. Anyway, sorry. I kind of interrupted you there.
Don't worry about it. So, that pagan statue, it's actually of a Dagdan deity.
No kidding. You're from Dagda, right?
No.
Yes. I think it was the god of fate. I always wondered how it ended up there.
I was also confused why
clue.
Shamir was asking
It's
if Pappy
probably
had
been there
ever seen a
forever.
pig under the school.
You know, I remember there
Thanks,
was this
Bio.
one woman who prayed
That's,
to
you
it
know,
all the
pagan
time.
statue.
Like, really prayed. She must have been from Dagda
Did,
too.
did you see that pagan statue form down there?
Most
Look,
likely.
that's what I heard. And
Nah,
literally
that's
so
what
did
it's- That's what
Bio.
it sounded like, yo.
Thanks, Happy. Is there anything you want to ask me?
It's definitely pulling off out
What?
there because I'm
Really?
suddenly chilly.
Let's see.
Sedith as Flame. Okay. I have to go see the single support between Sedith and Flame.
Yep.
Flame, it has come to my attention that you have gone out and aided the Knights of Saros again. I heard that
Do you
you made your
realize
way
she's
to the
basically
infirmary
in
and spent
command
the
of the
entire
army,
day
right,
treating the
Sedith?
sick and wounded.
No, that's Mercy's
What
job,
in
Sedith.
the world were you thinking? Do you not know how dangerous that was?
I am sorry, brother. However, the knights very much appreciated my assistance.
Me, the god of healing,
Their
who's inferior
appreciation
at it
is
to this
inconsequential.
to this 20-year-old
Your
girl.
own safety should be your only concern. This is exactly what happened during that fated battle. You exhausted your strength, healing those who were injured.
Yeah, she's not a very good healer for being the
Yes,
god of healing.
I remember. No matter how many people I helped, the number of wounded only increased.
You were so young. Your body must have been crying out for you to stop, and yet you refused. And now you are left with a body that demands extended periods of slumber. You have not forgotten.
You got that Estelle healing, yeah, right? Or,
Of course not.
I was gonna say, it won't make
If
sense
you
to
do not
you guys yet,
exercise
but
extreme
also
caution,
Micaiah.
you may not wake up
A little
for
bit.
such a thing to happen again.
I am
Good
well
old
aware.
sacrifice.
Every night I lie awake, afraid that my eyes will not open
I
come
mean,
morning.
sacrifice was really useful though, right? Because you could
But
like
if I
use
let
it to
fear
grind
control me
experience on
and
Micaiah pretty
begrudge my
easily,
power,
and also
there
grind
will be no
experience on
reprieve
Laura
for
at the
those who
same
suffer.
time.
Yep.
Because like whoever got injured, you just have
The thought
Micaiah
of that is
sacrifice
too
them, and
much
then
to
Laura
bear.
heal Micaiah with a staff.
Furthermore, if
Yep.
we lose this war,
Flame.
And because
Should
of
that
how the
come to
rescue
pass,
mechanic worked in that game,
I will protect you.
if you couldn't get Laura over
No
to
matter the
Micaiah, you
cost.
could always just have somebody nearby
I swear
rescue
upon my life.
Micaiah until Laura could get over
mother.
there.
Or you could just do a shove chain.
Father,
Also that.
I've been wondering something.
I love that in a game
Is it
where
truly
You
so
and I did
difficult for
some
the people
really
of Fulton
scummy
to live in
stuff
peace?
playing that game.
it was possible to
The
move
world
like
would be a much
30
happier
spaces
place
in
if
one turn if
everyone
you
could
set
live
your
in
shoves
harmony
up
with each
correctly.
other.
You're just like shove, shove, shove,
I
shove,
know.
shove, shove,
I
wee.
feel the same.
I'm over here now, and I
But
still
so
have
do
my
the majority of
movement.
those risking their lives in this war. That is why I believe a peaceful future awaits us, beyond this dreadful conflict. That is the reason I fight. And so you do not have to.
Father,
If I lost you, I would lose the very meaning of my life. And so we will always be together.
That's really
Come on,
unhealthy
Father.
codependency.
please try to
Seta.
understand that I cannot stay with you forever. I
This
will grow up eventually.
this support must be
Though I do
very
promise to
confusing
refrain from any
for
unnecessary
anyone that did not
recklessness.
play houses.
Yep.
Because
until
It's the
that
only
day
time in the
comes,
game.
it's the
I
only
will
time in the
always be with
entire
you.
game that this is spoken of,
I am certain
and you
Mother
would be
cross with me
forgiven
if I left
for
you all
thinking
alone.
that the voice actors just got
I understand.
confused and said the wrong thing like
Thank you,
twice. It's like the only time they ever reference it. Hey, nothing for Flame. Manuela, you don't matter. You're not here yet. Catherine. Nope. Come here. No. Alright, we're done.
Well, except for all the ones we have to go see in game. 'cause-
Yes.
Yeah.
And we actually we're up to date on supports.
Now for ones even you haven't seen.
Yeah, true story. I think Hopes is just smart enough to know that literally no one is falling for the act these two put on. New support conversation available.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
Okay, Felix. And Raphael. Let's go.
Hey, Felix! Want to go work out?
Quiet! You'll give away my position.
Oops. Sorry. Didn't realize you were hunting. I'll just back off and, Whoa. Look at that. I've never seen a boar that big. If we take it down, we'll eat like kings. Kings, I tell you!
Hang on. You don't just rush into a fight against a beast like that. You need the proper
Well,
equipment.
you've got a sword and he's got ham hands. What more do you
don't
need?
worry. Petra taught me a special technique.
Bear
Lead the way,
roar.
meat buddy.
All right, fine. Anyway, as I was saying, if we aren't adequately prepared, we'll be the ones who end up as someone's dinner. Boars are naturally cautious beasts, but this one also appears to be wounded. If it spots us, it'll charge and send us to an early grave.
Wait, have you fought one of these before?
Years ago, but yes. It managed to get away, though.
Oh, that's a shame.
Wow! It must have been one heck of a beast if even you had trouble taking it down.
House Blathid and House Fraldarius used to go on hunting trips together. On one trip, a certain prince bagged so many animals it proved impossible to fit them all on the sled. Meanwhile, I went off hunting on my own, encountered the boar, Barely escaped with my life.
Why? What did Dimitri do to you?
Wait, why would Dimitri want to kill you? Or do you mean like an actual boar?
While this may not be the same boar, I will get no small amount of satisfaction if we manage to bring it down.
Hold on. Who are we talking about here?
Dimitri.
Whatever. Let's do this thing!
I'll share the spoils with you, but the kill is mine. Now stand back.
Wait, but if you take it on by yourself, won't you just lose again?
Oh,
what did you
sorry,
say?
I didn't realize you were hunting. Let me help.
Haven't you heard that two fists
Wait,
are
what are
better
you?
than
Bear roar! Why did
guess
you
it'd be
say
both
the
fists are better
phrase
than
bear
two.
roar instead of actually
I'm
roaring?
not confident even that would be enough. But fine. I suppose adding more fists to the mix never hurt anyone. Chersis had spotted us. Nothing for it now. Come on, Raphael.
Come at me, boar. I'll punch you so hard the chef won't even need to tenderize you.
Don't attack it head on, fool! Circle around to the rear!
Don't attack it head on. Apply directly to the forehead.
Yeah! We did it!
I can't believe we took it down so quickly.
Told you this was a four-fifths job.
I guess you did. Maybe there's something to this whole working with friends thing after all.
Aww, you called me your friend. Took you long enough.
Cram it. We need help carrying this back, so let's go find some extra hands.
Felix, wait up!
Alright, Felix and Raph have gained support level A. Oh, my
I was about
Lanta.
to say, we definitely had more than that.
Okay, yeah, we got a few.
Anyway, you were saying about us being done.
No, we were done with those ones. That was true. Alright, Marianne and Yuri, let's go. Hey Felix, you ever seen a guy punch a boar so hard it explodes? No. You want to? No. Then here I go punch it again.
Why so guarded, Marianne? Is that how you always greet beautiful men?
Probably.
Yuri.
Yeah, probably, honestly.
What do you want?
Oh, nothing in particular. I simply spotted you on the way back from drills and felt like coming over to see what you were doing. I feel like you never leave these stables. Did you ever grow tired of it?
I'm sorry.
It's merely a question. I'm not trying to judge you or anything. Well, this is going poorly already. All I wanted was to make a little small talk and it ended up like this. Are you always this gloomy? It seems you speak just fine around everyone else.
I only know how to make small talk about animals, and you seem to hate them. So, I figured that no matter what I talked about, you would hate it, and me.
Hold on. Why would I hate you? And when have I ever said I hate animals?
Once when I was replacing the horse's hay, I saw you glaring at me from a distance. But if you don't hate animals, then it must be me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sour your mood further. I'll be gone soon anyway.
Look, Marianne. Allow me to clear everything up for you.
Before the king kills
Firstly,
me.
I don't despise animals. I actually like them. Understand?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, or I'll have to repeat myself forever. Just listen. Second, I don't hate you or even think poorly of you. Although I'll admit that I was somewhat annoyed with you earlier in this conversation.
Then why were you glaring at me before?
I'm not sure. Perhaps you saw it wrong? I don't know when this was, but... Wait. I think I see now. I have a condition of sorts. One that can get aggravated under certain circumstances.
I knew it. My very presence had aggravated you.
I'm telling you, that's not it. I swear by the goddess herself that it's not your fault. Okay?
No, you don't know what I have. Excuse me.
Well, that got us absolutely nowhere. Conversing with the shady lady is almost pleasant in comparison. What did she mean when she said she'd be gone soon? That's a little too ominous to ignore.
Yeah, you might want to go to Dimitri about that one.
Yeah.
Dimitri brutally slaughtered Imperial soldiers with his bare hands in the Holy Tomb after he... I mean, fair. Yuri, do yourself a favor and don't hit on Marianne. This guy's life expectancy is dropping fast. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, he can't help it, probably. Ah, yes. Yuri and Sedith. What can this possibly be?
Yuri, may I have a word with you?
Oh, did he get you looking at Flame?
Did you need something? If you want to talk business, we can go somewhere more private.
No, it is nothing of the sort. I happened to see you speaking with a scholar earlier. I'm curious as to the nature of your conversation. You seemed quite absorbed.
So you saw that, did you? Well, I suppose you would be familiar with the topic. I was trying to learn a little about the legend of the 10 elites.
That is rather diligent of you. I'm impressed.
Nothing diligent about it. I just didn't quite receive the same education as my noble peers. It's said that the goddess granted the 10 elites power in the form of crests, allowing them to defeat the evil that threatened Fodlan. That power freed them from the ravages of age, and even saved them from the brink of death.
So the legend goes. It is also said that some crest bearers live much longer than those without. There is even a theory which posits that Nemesis, the King of Liberation, lived for several centuries.
Is that so?
I do wonder, however, why such a subject would interest you.
You can read all about it in this book written by St. Keyhole.
Well, I suppose I can trust you. The truth is, I wanted to figure out who exactly I am.
You are Yuri.
Given your position, I'm sure you know of the crest I bear.
Indeed, I do. I must admit, its discovery upon your enrollment at the Officers' Academy came as quite a surprise.
That's why we dumped you in the basement.
After all, you bear the crest of Oban, which was thought to have been lost long ago.
An exceedingly rare crest, yet I have no idea where it came from. My mother's status being what it is, I don't have the slightest clue who my father is or where he was from. I'd never once doubted that I was my mother's son, but then I found out about my crest. It's made me question everything I've ever known about myself.
I see. So you yourself do not know the origin of your crest.
But then I'd heard the 10 elites weren't born with their crests. So I figured that would be a good place to start digging.
No matter the nature of your crest, I am certain it was bestowed upon you by the will of the goddess. Do not resent the power that dwells within your
Violet
blood.
from the background. I don't know this
Cherish
guy,
it,
Sedith.
and you shall find your way.
Never met him before.
You sound just like the scriptures. But I appreciate the encouragement. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to.
You sound just like the The scriptures. I didn't write the scripture of Saint Keyhole. Don't know what you're talking about. Deny, 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 Seta.
Clearly these two would talk about how much they don't care for Byleth, seeing as Zenith has every reason for it, and Byleth stole Yuri's Run Fast relic solely because she thought it looked cool.
Yep.
That's fair. Right, Catherine. Catherine and Shamir.
Never thought we'd get the chance to fight side by side again. It was a total surprise, to be honest. But I'm actually pretty happy with how things shook out. I know. You're still as cold as ice, you know that? Would it kill you to say you're happy to see me or something? Sorry to disappoint.
I only hang out with you so the apocalypse doesn't happen.
Besides,
We're
that's
not
just how you are.
friends.
So, what have you been up to since you left the Knights? I spent some time in Leicester as a mercenary. Not many people know me there. But you already knew that. You sent for me, didn't you? You mean back at the battle at Aryan Road, right? Actually, the Knights were just throwing my name around to recruit all the mercenaries they could. I had no idea you'd be one of them. Huh. So it really was just a coincidence. What about you? Still serving as Rhea's sword? Lady Rhea. I'll let that slide since you're not a Knight of Saros anymore. But to answer your question, yes. No matter who I'm swinging it at, my sword will always belong to her.
No, it actually belongs to Lysithea.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was surprised to hear you'd slipped away after repaying your debt to Lady Rhea. You didn't even say goodbye. I was furious. I guess sneaking out was the right call then. I was running around, shouting that I'd drag you back to Garreg Mach and kill you myself. But then Lady Rhea took me to task.
She reminded me you're way
She
cooler
said it
than
wasn't
I
fair
am.
for me to impose the church's values on someone who wasn't from Fodlan. Sounds like I owe her another one. For what? I wasn't really going to kill you. I'll take your word for it. You know, I fought alongside a lot of people since I left. But you're still the only one I trust to have my back. So what you're really saying is that you missed me and wish you never left?
It's not what I said, no.
You basically said the same yourself, didn't you? But yes, I did miss you. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. For once, I'm glad I was wrong. Would you look at that?
I always go out of my
You
way
have
to talk about
changed.
how cool you are, and then you
And
just
I feel the
ditched
same.
me. Shamir,
Really?
you really are the coolest.
I couldn't ask for a better partner than you. But if you disappear on me again, so help me, I really will hunt you down. Then the next time I go somewhere, I'll just have to drag you with me.
Catherine and Shamir, A. And then Violet and Gerald, B. Good talk.
Hey, I was looking for you. Didn't think I'd find you down by the river. That's an awful lot of blood on your cloak.
I thought soaking it in the water would help get it out.
I don't know. That fight went on for a while. And blood doesn't come out so easily, even if you start washing it right away. If you ask me, it's more trouble than it's worth. You have another one, right?
I do, but I'd still like to use this one if I can. Something wrong?
Oh, sorry. It's just, You reminded me of Citri, of your mother.
Swordless knight
when
and
we first
disgraced
met.
archery teacher. What a duo.
How so?
There was this one time when she was trying really hard to get some stains out of a handkerchief. She had your same quiet composure and everything, and when I asked her if she had another one, you know what she told me? She just turned and said, if I can still use this one, I'd rather not throw it away.
Well, that's not exactly the same.
Maybe not, but I still see so much of her in you. When I was first
Like
getting
the green
to know her,
hair
I never saw her
and the-
laugh or cry.
And the strange affinity for
Just
Rhea
like someone
and...
else I could mention.
You know, you never really used to talk about her, but you've been doing it a lot lately. Why is that?
Because your hair's green now.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling a little regret for dragging you into the mercenary life.
You did that 20 years ago, Dad.
You've never had a place to call home, and you don't have any friends your age. And it's been one bloody
I don't have any
battle
friends,
after another
period.
since
They
this
only
war
hang out with
broke
me to prevent the apocalypse.
If she were still alive, your life would be entirely different.
Well,
You'd be with her, and
she'd
things would be...
be alive for one
peaceful.
thing, not a zombie.
I don't regret my life here with you.
She wouldn't just be a crust zombie.
I might not have a home or friends, but you've always been there for me.
Eyeless Mom. in
Living
case
by
you
the
were
sword
ever
suits
curious
me
what she
just
looked
fine.
like.
And I've had no shortage of allies.
I don't believe it.
So,
You're right. There's no cause for regrets. You really are just like her, though. You know that?
Okay, that's hilarious. What are you doing here by the river, and what's with all that blood on your cloak? Oh, you know how it is, Dad. Shit just happens. Alright. Well, that's all of the sports. Like, literally, actually all of them.
Well, not quite, because there's still some we have to earn, but that's all the ones we're capable of doing.
True that. But it's okay though. Look at all these paralocks we have to do. Like this one involving those three. And this one involving those three. And this one involving those four. Maybe just feeling bad over having dragged you into the mercenary life all those years ago. Dad, I volunteered. You were 6, Byleth, and I wanted to use the new sword you got me. Alright, well. What paralogue do we want to do?
Well, Evil's Bane I can't help you with, because...
Why not?
I refuse to play as any of those 3. If we start with a Knight of Wonder, I can main Mercy. That's not a problem.
That's not the right button. Second. Had to get the other controller synced. Wow, throw poor Gerald under the bus a bit harder there, why don't you? You know, as you do. Alright, a Knight of Wonder.
You wanted to see me, Constance? Oh, and hey, Annette. Hey, Mercedes.
You, my friend, are late, and after I specifically told you to hurry, too! For shame! For shame, I say!
choose indignance. Indignance will be met with indignance.
Yep.
Okay, let's all take a step back here. It's not like you were standing around for hours. Plus, you're the one who waited until the dead of night to ask for me. You've got to at least give me some time to get ready before you start grumbling, yeah?
Pitiful! If this is the limit of your preparations, we should best ready ourselves to be slaughtered in our tents during a surprise enemy raid!
Unlikely, we have Byleth here now.
Not really the same thing, but okay.
Well, now that I'm here, can someone tell me what all this urgency is actually about?
I desire your assistance in testing a new bit of magic I've developed.
Oh no.
I've been working tirelessly on it these past 2 years, and last
We
night,
reset an entire
I finally
timeline
had a
for what the
breakthrough.
fuck, Shez? We know you're aware of how to say Mercy's name, right? Come on.
One with nearly unlimited power and range. 'Tis a magic that will revolutionize the very world.
She can't help it. She's been influenced by other people.
And since I'm not certain she's going to get around to this part, her magic requires a very rare gemstone. Thankfully, Constance got her hands on one yesterday, which is why she's ready to test it now.
It was originally just going to be the 3 of us, but then we figured having a little muscle around might not be the worst idea in the world. So naturally, we thought of you.
Makes sense. Sure, I'm in.
Wonderful. Well then, let's be off.
All right, the materials are all ready, so we can start the test anytime.
Yes! Finally, all is in order! Permit me to introduce you to the ultimate magic! That ruined castle in the distance should make for an excellent target.
Explosion!
Are you sure it's a good idea?
Yeah, fire! Do it, Constance!
Hey, slow down! There could be people living in there, so we can't just... Huh?
Help! Someone, help!
That voice came from the castle. You didn't cast your spell yet, right?
No, not yet. Which means that voice is...
A willing test subject.
Please, help! They captured everyone in the village!
Shut up and move your feet. Ain't no one gonna hear you all the way out here anyway.
Bandits. And they're headed right for the castle.
This magic will surpass all others with its unlimited power and range. Constance, that's not magic. That's a railgun, and you aren't the first person to think of the idea.
Let's use Constance's magic to take out the castle.
Absolutely not. That's probably where they're keeping the poor people they captured. We have to get closer and assess the situation before we start tossing ultimate magic around.
Just when my experiment was so close to fruition. Still, I could never forgive myself if I abandoned people in need. Let us be off with all haste!
Rescue the villagers. Any allies around it is bad. Understood. Rest the Bhutan. That's... Well,
I'm playing as Annie, aren't I?
Nope. That's Wyvern Lord Mercy.
I'll be fine. Maybe.
Oh. I'm just gonna borrow the Pokedex for a bit, Flame. Fine, you can have it back later. Dark spikes. Yeah, that seems reasonable. You don't have aura. That is unfortunate. Oh, at least it spells.
I'll make do. Although we can probably take off that Essence of Light.
Nah, it still boosts her unique ability.
I suppose.
Right, I gotta remember how to play Shez again. I'm sure it's fine. Any allies being routed is theoretically a problem. But what if we just don't let allies get routed? That'd be pretty cool, right? Yes.
I'll give it 1000%. We can do it together. Just do as I planned. Let us
Alright, now nobody can die as long as we don't die.
Works for me.
Let this den of fell kidnappers return to dust by the power of my magic. People are being held captive in here, and we have to rescue them.
You're right. We can't just abandon them no matter how scary it might be.
The time has come for my new spell to be unleashed.
And we're sure the people we're trying to rescue won't get caught up in it, right?
Okay, we can't go any farther that direction.
Play my part. I'm on it.
Okay, can't go further north that way, so I guess I gotta go kill this green dot up here. Can't go that way.
Let me at him.
I got it. Head down the middle.
Okie doke. Will do.
Allow me.
I can't go down here. I need to go that way back.
We're on a roll now. Let's keep it up. Is it time yet? Can I use my new spell now? Why oh why won't you let me use my new spell? Come on.
Well, I don't see any villagers around, so sure, knock yourself out.
Behold my magnificent new spell, and drink deep of its power! Did you see? What power! What grace! All has been reduced to rubble and a stroke!
Our base! What happened to our beautiful base?
Constance, that was amazing! I think we're gonna win this thing in no time.
I have created the ultimate magic! It is perfect in every way!
I wonder what principles her magic is based on. We might be able to make it even more powerful with a couple of tweaks.
Constance? Annie? Let's please try to focus on the battle in front of us for the time being.
Oh. Oh, that's really convenient. And I didn't realize that when I assigned Constance to myself.
Let's get out of here!
She has light assist turned on.
To give him the slip.
Guess what turned on?
Light assist. I have healing.
This reminds me of our time at the School of Sorcery. Remember how you and I always got paired together for assignments, Mercy?
Paired in knowledge with dear Mercedes? Oh, even the sound of the words is ecstasy.
We can do as many assignments as you like later. Right now, we have a battle to finish. Please retreat.
Tremble before me. Power like the whipped curs you are. My magic cannot be stopped.
I'm
Hey.
trying.
Is that gonna be a problem, those guys? Should we do something about
I
that?
don't know. I'm routing to try and get the one in the middle. I killed the one that was closest to me. I can still attack, so I assume we're
That
okay.
was just a side mission.
I'm very much glad she's on our side now. We've made our way quite deep inside their base. The villagers must be around here somewhere.
You're under attack. How did they find us?
I don't know, probably because, like, they had a bunch of people shouting really loudly and making a bunch of
Tackling and
noise.
more dealing with all of those guards, please. Please retreat.
I'm unstoppable.
We can always count on you. Done. Is anyone hurt?
We're fine, but please help the others.
Oh no, they turned on ballistas. What a tragedy.
Shit, I got turned around.
Well, don't got turned around, that's not helpful.
I'm sorry, but I made my choice. I have to keep fighting.
We gotta keep up with you.
Is that everyone? Thank the goddess we were able to save them.
We need to get these people out of here. I can't use my magic with them around.
Follow us. We're getting out of here. We must ensure these people don't get caught up in Constance's magic.
And where do you ladies think you're going with our prison?
Somewhere that's not where you are. Wait. Oh, hey, I just taught Constance how to use Dark Spike's tea.
Leave all to me. To safety, while I show these ruffians the power of my new
Not
and
necessarily
brilliant
something I was trying to do, but it is something
Just
that
don't
happened.
hit any civilians, all right?
Behold, my ultimate, multifaceted, multifarious, magical menagerie! I feel drained. I don't know how much longer I can keep this up.
Sorry.
Beware!
Are you ready?
to take down this base with this villager is safe, and I can go help with the other ones.
Yeah, I'm taking a big detour to the base down here until the 2 villagers I just rescued this bad.
No! I'm losing control of the spell! Oh, this is a disaster! Look out, everyone! Constance, no!
I'm getting pulled in!
Constance, stop! You're gonna kill everybody!
It was close, but I managed to stop it.
Intense spells you can control Constance.
Wonderful! Now we can escape. Then let's get out of here. Which way was the exit again?
Alright, and map. This map.
See? That
Okay,
wasn't
she
so
has
bad.
definitely went a bit stir crazy
You
when
were
she
out
spent
there
all
a
that
long
time not
time.
having anything to do.
The sun is going to be up soon.
I don't see what the big deal is. The castle's empty, so why not let Constance blow it up? Are you alright, Ches? I'm a bit out of it after a month of not having anything to do. Why do you ask? Because what you suggested now sounded less like something you'd say and more like what the professor would suggest. Oh, I really am out of it, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did I help?
Violet was a bad influence.
I've got this.
Oh, look at that. You almost mastered Dark Spike's Tea and Ragnarok.
I was a sliver away from mastery on Ragnarok.
Mastery is within my grasp.
But Constance learned Dark Spikes.
No! How'd this happen?
Quite the stroke of ill luck for you that we happened upon your vile and wicked deeds.
So the first time I tried this,
Don't
I had
get
to
too worked
retry
up,
it like 3 or
Constance.
4 times.
You must be tired from all
Because
that spellcasting,
Constance's
no?
fucking uncontrollable
You
magic
want a
kept
snack?
killing
I brought plenty
villagers.
just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my dear Mercedes and Annette, I so appreciate your concern for my well-being. As you well
Probably
know,
less to do with
the three
Violet
of
than
us
more
never
that
got a
she has
chance
spent
to
the
study
last month
together at
both
the
not
School of
having anything
Sorcery.
to do and dealing with the ever-present
had,
advanced
I'd like
beeping
to
our
think it
balls
would
been
have gone
subjecting her
just
to.
like this.
So you three went to the same school in Ferdiad?
We did indeed, although Constance was a year ahead of us. Anyway, I'm glad we got to see your new magic up close, Constance. What a treat.
But we're not finished yet, Annette. I still have need of your assistance. Your creative mind will be indispensable for putting the finishing touches on my magic.
Please don't put it all on Annie. I'd be glad to help too.
Truly? Oh, but this fills me with joy!
It sounds like you're trying to invent a railgun.
Seems like at
Maybe
least
just
this
talk to
phase of the
Violet.
test run worked out in the end, yeah?
Right?
Yes, I was able to pinpoint the spell's current shortcomings, which means it was an extremely fruitful endeavor indeed.
Shortcomings? Your magic was incredible. We'd be dead in a ditch right now if not for you.
Perhaps, although if there is one thing everyone knows, it's that I am never satisfied.
Wow. Well, you must be an
And once I
unfortunate
get my
partner,
hands
bad,
on another
huh?
gemstone, the next step is to increase its precision and... Oh dear.
Oh no, is it that time already? The sun's coming up. We have to get Constance into the shade at once.
Wait, you three all went to the same magic school? Yep. Though that wouldn't have happened if Lawrence had anything to say about it. Oh, is that what that commotion was
There's
the
no
other
need
day?
to waste your energies on a sad little thing such as myself. I'm just happy you deigned to humor this crude experiment of mine. Alas, I can but offer my humble service as payment. If there are any menial or demeaning tasks that you need performed, you have but to ask.
Too late.
I'll never get used to this.
Yes, it does take a bit of adjustment. But cheerful or sad, she remains one of my dearest friends.
Which is why we never spoke about her in the first
Yeah,
game.
It was sort of confusing at first, but I've really grown to like this flavor of Constance.
Your kind words are far
Annie,
more than I deserve.
I really
Why
have to
are we
ask,
tasting Constance?
why are you
I don't know
licking
about you,
Constance?
but I'm exhausted. And the only thing that's gonna help is a nice, cozy bed.
Good idea. Let's rest up today and get right back at it tomorrow.
Hey, said Constance, you have anything to add to the fact that you were very enthused to try and murder all those innocent people a few hours ago?
Are you free at the moment, Annette? I was wondering if you might help me with something.
I sure am. What's up?
Well, I wish to conduct an experiment outside today, though naturally I'm a touch hesitant about it.
Because your mood changes outside, right?
Exactly. And though I'm deeply reluctant to experience that, one cannot make an omelet without throwing a few eggs against the wall.
Well, I think you're a genius regardless, so I'm happy to help. No time
Annie,
like the
why
present,
do you
right?
have more support conversations with Constance than you do with your best friend? Because she got all those in 3 houses,
I haven't
obviously.
even told you what the experiment is yet. Oh dear. Oh dear. Are you certain you want to do this, Annette? I sincerely doubt any magic built upon my crude ideas could ever work.
Oh, it'll be fine. Let's get started.
Well, if you insist, I suppose we must begin this foolish experiment.
Hey, I forgot to ask. What is the experiment anyway?
Oh, just a completely useless spell meant to gather cats from the surrounding area.
Oh gosh, cute! What are you waiting for? Let's get started! The spell seemed to go off all right, but nothing happened.
I knew it. I'm an utter failure. My research papers should be gathered up and used to wipe mud from the hooves of swine. Perhaps this is fate's way of telling me magic is beyond my comprehension and I was a fool to ever try.
Look, moping about it won't help anything. So let's both take a deep breath and figure out what went wrong.
Why did Constance make a spell
Okay,
to steal
I've got an
people's
idea.
cats? That's a good
We
question.
take the flower catalyst and use wind magic to spread the fragrance.
Why does Constance make any of the spells
Oh
Constance
look,
makes?
it attracts insects. Quick, grab that cockroach before it scurries away. It's clearly a finer sorceress than I.
Ew, gross! But yeah, that didn't work at all.
Maybe if we use this mineral instead?
Goodness, the reflective light has attracted the attention of birds.
And they're really mad for some reason. Run, Constance, run!
Whew, I had intended
I know
that
you
to be a
literally
brief
just tried to murder a
exercise,
dozen
but it
plus
proved to
innocent
be
civilians
quite
with
the
a smile
ordeal.
on your face, but stealing cats,
Sorry
that's
that all my tinkering
advanced
just made
evil.
things worse. But hey, I did notice one thing. When those insects and birds showed up, there sure were a lot of them.
True. Each attempt did seem to attract a single type of creature in unnaturally vast numbers. Does that indicate that the spell can indeed effectively summon a swarm of one specific species?
It would certainly explain why the flower attracted so many
Then
bugs.
go back to the one for, like,
And
conjure
why
a
the
horde
light
of
of the mineral
cats.
called down such a huge flock of birds.
Why, this is a magnificent discovery! I feel we're on the cusp of breaking
Yeah,
new
Annie, because there's
ground.
a lot of birds and
Maybe it
insects.
didn't
What
go
did
as
you think would
planned,
happen?
But I guess this turned out to be a pretty big success, huh?
There's no time to waste, Annette. We must investigate the cause of this phenomenon at once.
Yeah, I bet you'll create something revolutionary.
Alright. Well, Evil's Bane and Love's Prosecution, or the Ashen Wolves Reunion.
You could always just play Eeny Teeny Spiny Crow. Of course, I'm probably the only one that remembers the way she finished that.
Actually, looking at the time, we're gonna be right up against it if I try to start that now with cutscenes and stuff.
I mean, either of the paralogs, really.
That's what I mean. Can we grab all this shit from Anna?
Come back soon.
Oh, wait, no. That's not the run button in this game. There you are.
Supplies are the lifeblood
Hello,
of any
Supply
army.
Master. Hand over the supplies.
Everything has its use.
Alright. Well,
It may be a little early, but
not like we're gonna accomplish much else in the time remaining, so it's probably as good a place as any to call it. No stream for this next week, but we'll be back the following week to finish up these 2 remaining paralogs and then move on with the story
yep.
into a new chapter.
And until then, we'll catch you guys next time.
See ya.
Bye.